That's 1-800-747-3733.
If Love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you. They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Stairs on the sides with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof I'm alive by the motor. No proof, like I always wanted him. I never hated him. I never traded him. Independent, I never ever traded him. You never know what is a star like another city. The driver's side Florida, wish I could large. So many more, 10 in the more, never a bar. 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever and cute as can be. You can watch it on YouTube with view for free. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Oh, baby. Happy Tuesday, everybody out there. Tobin and Leroy here. We're on 560 WQAM. Hello, Leroy.
What's up? Got Daddy Daycare up in this piece.
All right. Same for me yesterday.
And they're cutting my grass.
Mm.
So that means the dogs are not too happy.
Also, got to be wary of your internet.
No, that's fine. The dogs are like, who the hell is this in our yard? This is where we play. And unfortunately, Zeus knows how to open the doors. So I got a text like 5 minutes ago. Hey, one of your dogs is outside. Nope, make that 2. No, they're all out.
They're all there.
Yeah, they're all circling the lawn guy.
And then after he asked who let the dogs out, did you go, who?
Marcos, -1 quickly.
-1. We're off, baby. Let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Ricky Williams is going to join us this hour. Always love when Ricky stops by the show.
Heisman.
He is. He's got his Heisman. He's doing an appearance coming up in Sebring, Florida, which is in Central Florida. So hey, listen.
If he's gonna come all the way across across the country, you might as well just go ahead on to a Dolphins game, right?
I don't know. You think he's been back?
Yeah,
I wonder if he's been back.
How's their relationship?
The funny thing about it is, and I'll tell you firsthand, the relationship with the fans is a lot different than the relationship with the organization, right? And what ends up happening is that now that it's been a while since Ricky has played, fans only remember the stud that he was.
Right.
And so, but that bad blood, and I don't know if there is bad blood, but if there's bad blood with an organization, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it was as nuclear toxic as it could get back when it first happened. But I think, he had the comeback and the other comeback, So I think it's better, but I don't know if he's ever been back for a game.
Right. And the other thing is that now that you get further away from that whole situation with Ricky and the Miami Dolphins, and you realize how much they worked him, you seem a lot of people have more sympathy for what he was going through, right? So we're in a different place with that whole situation, whereas people are probably a lot more understanding now than they were when it was going on.
Definitely. So he's going to join us coming up about 10:45 today when Ricky's scheduled to swing by the show. Looking forward to that. Meanwhile, very exciting day for me yesterday, Leroy. Very exciting.
What happened?
The Miami Dolphins have been selected for in-season Hard Knocks.
Goosies.
I am so excited, dude. This is going to be the greatest reality show known to man.
Really? the things that excite you really have nothing to do with football. You
Nah,
realize that, right?
This is definitely big though. Because Tua was like, no, I don't want to do the quarterback show. The Dolphins were like, no, this is too much of a distraction. Now I get my daily fill of Cheetah and Tua.
I can't wait. It's going to be an amazing show. They're a very
You think?
captivating team. Oh, it's going to be amazing.
Are you like going? See, are you going into it with a preconceived notion? So there's nothing that could happen that would disappoint you.
No. Why? What
You
would
are.
disappoint me? What could
But that's what
disappoint me?
that's what I'm saying. Listen, Marcos, we had this conversation before. It's hard for a comedian to fail because people buy tickets to go somewhere and laugh. So they're going to go out of their way to laugh, even if your jokes aren't that funny. This is where Tobin is right now. He wants to see the Dolphins on Hard Knocks so bad that even if it sucks, he gonna squeeze
not gonna
blood
suck.
from that turnip.
It's not
right?
going to suck. It's impossible for
But
it to suck.
again, you've going into it with a preconceived notion, which is what I said when we started.
No, but most people were like, I don't like the distraction. I don't like the noise around my team. I don't
can do
like
without
this.
it.
It's like, yeah, but first of all, it's not gonna matter one iota.
How do you
whether or not
know?
it's not going to. Come on.
I'm telling, dude, let me explain to you about sports, right? That coaches and usually organizations and players hate the slightest bit of interference or distraction in doing what they need to do, right? And the first time they have a bad game or something like that, you know what everybody's going to say, right? Even if it's not
But
true.
those people are idiots.
Okay.
But those people are idiots. It's
Okay.
it's a dumb take, and we're all just I don't understand any Dolphin fan who doesn't want more content of their team. Every Dolphin fan laps up like a puppy the Mike McDaniel mic'd up. Everybody loves when Tyreek Hill trolls people on Twitter or calls out Stephen A. Smith on his podcast. There's so much more content out there anyway that is player and team created. In a way, it's almost made Hard Knocks kind of obsolete. It's not what it used to be for sure because we already have a lot of access to this stuff, but it's still going to be great, dude, because you're going to have the narrator.
You just already said exactly what I've been saying.
No, that's
right?
not what you were saying.
No, you said there's plenty of content out there already that it almost has made Hard Knocks obsolete, right?
But a lot of it, but
so
here's
why,
the
because okay, what are you going to get?
Because here are the teams that they've picked for in season. The Cardinals, who cares?
Boo.
The Colts, who cares? Now you have the greatest show on surf, dude. You got Tua, Tyreek, Mike McDaniel, Waddle, Jalen Ramsey. You got some of the most captivating personalities in the league, baby. In Miami, in a good season, this could be the thing that saves the show. And you got that narrator.
What are you talking about saving the show? Nobody give a damn about Hard Knocks getting saved. I'm just telling you. Wait, I'm just telling you. The first bad game, and keep in mind, it's a long season. It's going to happen again. The first time it happens, all everybody's going to talk about is Hard Knocks. Okay? I'm not telling you if it's right or wrong, but I'm telling you that when you fail, everybody looks for reasons, and that's what they're going to go to. So as a coach or a player, you're like, I don't want that smoke.
Yeah,
I don't
it doesn't matter.
that.
Like whether they want it or not, they have the smoke. And so now what you do with the smoke, you put on a gas mask and you embrace it.
-1.
Why?
No,
-1.
it's just stupid. It's just you have really in 10 minutes, you've tried way too hard.
Go find your dogs.
No, my dogs are fine. You're not.
We'll take a quick break. Ricky Williams is going to join us later on this hour. Back with more Tobin and Leroy after this.
Previously on
Tobin and Leroy.
back. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Taking you up until 2 o'clock here on the program. Streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. The channel, Miami 560 WQAM. Indian Rossa says, episode 10, Mike gives Fangs an edible.
And you would love that.
I would love that. That would be amazing.
Oh, my God.
That would be amazing. You got to pot up the birderer. Fix it, frog boy. Hey, fix it.
Sorry.
Or Twizzlers.
Oh, what?
I don't know. Isn't that what he likes snacking on?
The old love Twizzlers.
Oh, the old do love Twizzlers, especially the black flavor, just the licorice flavored licorice.
Oh,
Oh,
they
the
also
old
like
one.
those those old people mints. You know, the ones that you put in your mouth and they melt.
I got my phone when I was getting it activated yesterday. I finally got my new phone back connected to the world, and the guy's like, "Oh, it's so good to get this done fast because you know how to load up a phone." He goes, "I go, yeah, you know the old. They're not very good with technology." He goes, "They're not." We bonded. I don't know if that's proper or not, but whatever. He seemed to enjoy it. Yeah, man, this is gonna be fun. Who's not having fun? You don't want this documented? This season of greatness that's gonna be upon us.
You know what you asked for.
It is. It's exactly what, but it's even better, J Fig, because now it's in season. Who cares about that training camp nonsense?
Mhm.
They run out of ideas by episode 3, but now,
Don't forget Werthers.
it's gonna be so good. I can't wait.
The old love Werthers. I bet you right now, Fang's got a pocket full of them.
It's gonna be Mike McDaniel's gonna be the star of this thing for sure.
You think?
Oh yeah,
No.
dude.
Tyreek.
Cheetah will be good. Cheetah will be good for sure. But like just being in a Mike McDaniel meeting, seeing how that beautiful mind of his works.
Do they go into meetings?
What do you mean?
I don't remember if they went into meetings or not.
I think he just likes to talk.
Okay.
Just seems to me like he would like to talk. Do you think we'll get some class? The last time the Dolphins were on Hard Knocks, of course, it was Joe Philbin as head coach. Not as charismatic. We had
never been a damn coach before.
We had great moments in that season which included Joe Philbin having to fire Chad Ochocinco. They of course then had the guy who stole Joe Philbin's chair. Then the team decided they didn't like that Chad Ochocinco was fired, so they made their own leadership council. Then you had Joe Philbin basically calling Jeff Ireland an idiot because he drafted receivers who aren't good receivers. Then you also had Vontae Davis, of course, getting traded, and he wanted to call his grandma, and Jeff Ireland wouldn't let him. And then, of course, my favorite, which was offensive coordinator Mike Sherman, just lighting into former Dolphins tight end Michael Egnew.
Charles, who's Charles? Charles, I'm telling you right now, I got nothing to say about you in these meetings other than he's not doing his job. You better start picking your shit up. That wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough. You heard us the other day. Michael Egnew, where you? You were terrible. Terrible. I would cut you today if I was the general manager. I would cut you. Get your head out of your this group is not waiting for you. You're drafted as a high pick. Get your shit going. Do you understand? It's not good enough. Do you understand me? I mean, just understand how this thing works. We watch a practice like this. We're calling tight ends around the league. Just who's available. That's what happens. So let's be real about this thing. There's no full scholarship.
Oh, that's good. Never really worked out for Michael Egnew. I don't think his confidence really recovered from that evisceration.
Hey, but sometimes that's part of the game, right? How can you take it? How can you respond? How can you bounce back? If a coach says something like that to you and you fold up in a shell, then what are you going to do in a game when it gets tough? When you get,
right.
When things get a little hectic and everybody else on the field need to depend on you. So how you respond to these things says a lot more than just that situation. It gives people kind of an idea of what you're going to do in those moments during the game. And that's the test. The test is not what that coach said. They ain't going to cut him. They draft like when you start off by saying we drafted you too high to cut you, right? Then you know they ain't going to cut you. But how you respond to that, that's the hardest part of sports. It's not when things are going great. It's when somebody's yelling at you, when your whole unit is struggling, when you got to step it up and somebody calls you out. How do you respond to that? And you see some guys respond to it well, and you see some guys fold up into a little turtle shell. Look at Tua. Tua's a perfect example. He basically got the same treatment as Egnew.
Mm-hmm.
And look at where he is now.
Yeah, Tua was saying this week on Sunday Night Football on the pregame, he was like, I was like afraid to laugh at Mike McDaniel's jokes in meetings because football's not fun.
Right.
Man, he was traumatized.
I know.
No,
Scarred.
dude, it happens. And when this was all going on, the only thing I had to say was this, and that was, Tua didn't ask to be drafted here. You drafted him. So why wouldn't you do everything in your power as a coach or organization to try to make it work? It makes no sense that they did what they did to Tua when they brought him in.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But now we get to see we get to see this peacock spread his feathers. And that's going to be the beauty of Hard Knocks for Tua.
You have already written a script for each participant in Hard Knocks.
Oh, it's going to be great.
But what if it doesn't go that way? What if Tua doesn't say anything because he don't want to?
How great is it going to be? Hard Knocks. First episode, Tua in his gi at jiu-jitsu class.
Whoa.
Yup.
Dang.
Business just picked up, dude.
Yeah.
We are going to see Tua in a gi.
Wow.
Allegedly.
Why? What?
What?
Well, yeah, it's a hypothetical situation.
Okay, well, you're making it seem like
We're
it's
definitely going to
official.
get that. I want it now that he said it, though.
If they want to hire me as a producer, if Hard Knocks,
Can I just tell you?
freelance.
Can I just tell you? When I saw the news, I had to reach into my inner Leroy and say, you know where this dude is going. You know the unnecessary excitement he is going to have on tomorrow's show.
Yeah.
Let's just, and you're insufferable.
You want to know the great thing about it?
No,
was
I don't.
Can I just tell you about it though? Because I've been a little bit in a time warp because I didn't have a phone, and we did the show yesterday, and the kids were sick, and so I didn't know this news up until Mike McDaniel's press conference, and I was like, "What? What do you mean they're on Hard Knocks? That's amazing!" He didn't sound that enthused about it though.
I wonder why. You think Mike McDaniel had to say so?
No,
I told the team.
It doesn't sound like he did.
I wouldn't call it a team decision, but at the same time, you guys know me well enough to that I steer clear of worrying about things that we can't control.
Exactly.
So, I think it's something that, I conveyed to the team for the first time today. And, I see some positives with this particular team, just knowing that there's a lot of things that, in terms of when we do have success in the field, that people kind of are curious as to how that happens. I think they'll see exactly where that comes from, and that's I don't think it's a bad thing for people to see our day in day out hard work.
Me neither, dude. We're about to see how the sausage is made, which is ironic because they're going to Germany. All right, little dolphin schnitzel.
Still not over that, by the way. Best game of the year
in Germany.
Why?
Why what,
He's
dude?
trying to make up for all the days he did not have a phone.
No, this is
which
not.
was like 2 days.
It's not fair.
Maybe.
That's not fair. It has nothing to do with me. I've wanted this, J-Fig. I've wanted the Dolphins on Hard Knocks for the longest. I thought they should have volunteered because nobody ever wants to be on Hard Knocks. I said, what an FU it would be to everybody if they volunteered Hard Knocks. And this is going to show everybody in-season Hard Knocks on the road to the championship. I can't wait, dude.
You are the worst. You are the worst.
Why? Little axis, baby. Little behind the scenes. You know?
I would like to put you behind the scenes right now and stop this nonsense. Dude, Hard Knocks?
Yeah.
And it hasn't even started yet. Just
Oh.
think about it.
When Fangs gets to be a curmudgeon in a meeting.
When does it start? When's episode 1?
I think they said that they start filming after the Germany game.
I would love to see Tyreek
They
Hill in
should have
Germany.
started.
Oh, I'm sure-
They're not taking a camera crew to Germany, dude.
Why not?
Why not?
Why
That's the
not? You
problem.
just said how it's slipping and it's not that big. They ain't gonna spend all that money to get camera crews over there.
Just get a couple of German guys and some lederhosen and get them out there and then have them film.
Uh-oh.
You think everyone's
You
just
know
like-
what? That's got to go on the board.
Lederhosen?
You got to dress like a German.
Oh no.
We'll give you some more of the Dolphins last time on Hard Knocks. This is, of course, Mike Sherman, who couldn't continue a meeting because
That team
Jaworski
was
Lane.
terrible.
They were fine. They were okay. I think
No,
they were
they
500.
weren't.
They were 500.
Oh.
Former fullback Jaworski Lane walked into a meeting late, and Mike Sherman couldn't continue.
Okay, fellas, let's get started. We don't have a whole lot of time in here together, so let's. What I want to do is kind of have a quick review of what we anticipate them to play, as well as you can anticipate some of the early calls we'll have in the game. So what we'll do, Jaworski, where you been? Okay, meeting starts at 8:50. You're in here at 8:50. I don't give a. Okay. See how you disrupt the meeting? It's Anyways, so the big thing tomorrow, guys, is come out fired up, ready to go. Give it your best effort you possibly can. Have no regrets about how you play this game tomorrow. Okay. Jaworski, let me see you for a minute real quick. You see how you disturb me? When you walk in late, I'm in a train of thought. You come in late, that's bullcrap. You cannot do that. If you want to be a professional, there's a certain way of being a pro, and that's not it. Do you understand me? Sir. And so either you come in the meeting, you say, Coach, I got an emergency situation. I got to take. I understand. I can handle that, but I can't handle when you come into a meeting and I'm in the middle of it, and all of a sudden you break my train of thought. It's bull. You heard all these other guys. Everybody else is here. Yes, sir. You're a grown man. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, sir. That's what being a professional is all about.
You just started.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
There's one
Can I ask you a question?
sentence.
Can I ask you a question? This is what I thought.
So great.
How much of a professional are you if a door opening breaks your train of thought and you can't go forward? You've been a coach for 80 years. Like, really?
Oh, man.
You broke my train of thought. See what you did? Like,
Jaworski, get over here. Coach, you were at good morning. You were late.
I mean, like,
Oh,
oh
man.
my God. I mean, I did listen. It's funny because guys say I was late. I had to go to the bathroom, right? And I had a coach say, I train myself to go every morning before I get here. That way I don't have to go during meetings.
That's what he told you?
Yeah.
Wow. Guy
But
had
it didn't matter for me
a master of bowels.
because if I said I was late because I had to go take a number 2, everybody would say you're lying because you don't go in public.
It's fair. They would box you in. All right, Ricky Williams. Love having Ricky on the show. He's scheduled to join us next.
The Dolphins.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 o'clock here on the program. It's a heat wave today, dude. Okay? You know what that means?
Tickets every hour.
Tickets every hour, dude. Caller number 12 right now. We'll get a pair of tickets to Heat opening night. We're giving a pair of tickets away every single hour.
Every hour.
Every hour. So if you want to go to opening night, 305-567-0560, caller 12 will get a pair of tickets to Heat Pistons for their season opener tomorrow night at the Kaseya Center against the Pistons. And we will continue to give a pair of tickets away every single hour during the program today. And looking forward to that. The Miami Heat back in action as they get this season going. And they had practice yesterday. They Haka's back practicing, so that was good news. You know, he's on the mend. Caleb Martin seems like he'll be ready to go. Don't really know about J. Rich yet. He's dealing with the foot. Haywood Highsmith, we of course know, is going to be out for a little bit. So yeah, it's a new season is upon us, Leroy. A new season is upon us. Got that new season smell. And smells good.
It's the same car.
No, it's way different, dude. We got a giant Slovenian who's ready to go. A giant Serbian.
Had him last year.
Yeah, but he didn't play. Wasn't ready to take him out of the garage yet.
Okay.
His back didn't work. Spinal.
All right.
Can I just say
who you think here? Let me ask you this: who will have a bigger impact, Jovic or Hawkins?
My instinct is that Hawkins is going to play more early, but
because he's so old, like he's really
that old. He's 22.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
That's still like 4 years older than all the other rookies?
I mean, it's this. He's like the same. The same age as Tyler. The only guy who's like super young is
right.
Jovic.
And Tyler, this is Tyler's what, fifth year?
Yeah, Tyler came out at 19. He's not 26. Making it seem like he's Frank Kaminsky.
No, but my point is that I kind of agree with you, but I think that Jovic will make more of an impact.
I agree with that. That's what
but
I'm hoping for.
They will probably have more faith in Jaime early on.
I agree. I think we're both on the same page on that one.
Yeah.
But you and I both want to see the Serbian Terminator cut loose. We want to see him. We want to see him, out on the break, getting people involved, using the fancy passes, all that stuff.
Yep.
No doubt about that. It's good. Guard now posted.
Jay is going to be Shane Battier. Wow. All right.
Big shoes. Shane Battier was good.
Yeah, but I mean, I heard Shane tell a story when he first got into the league. They were terrible, and the point guard got hurt, so he was asked to play point guard. Because
where was he drafted? Was it Memphis or was he in?
Was it Memphis or Charlotte? No, I think it was Memphis.
It was Memphis.
Yeah.
He was telling you that where at the golf tournament he was telling you that story?
No, I heard him an interview with Tommy Tog on my way back from golf.
Oh,
Heat Weekly.
Love Heat Weekly.
Wait, can I just say? You seem to be on that show every week.
That's not fair. I'm not on the show.
He is Heat Weekly.
I am not Heat Weekly. Tommy Tog is Heat Weekly.
And, and you know what pisses me off? Here's what pisses me off. I don't get that, Tobin.
What does that mean? I'm not a different Tobin.
I get Whalen Tobin. I get Heat and 5 Tobin. I don't get that educated. I know all about the Heat Tobin that Tommy Tog gets.
I don't understand. I'm like,
let me help you. You're a phony.
I'm not a phony.
Wow.
I'm really on the ground.
Wow.
That's my point. Hold on. You're telling me I get the same Tobin that does Heat Weekly.
You get the same Tobin. Same educated stuff, dude. Maybe a whale sound every now and then. But I'm not doing that anymore. The whaling is over.
You are the worst.
I'm a different person now. I'm not even worried about. I'm not.
That's
worried
right,
about...
Waddle. But still, I would like. You know what? Here's the deal. There's only one thing that you are serious about all the time: the fight game. He get all the names right, all the fights right, the trainers right, where this guy originated from, all that. We get Tob to the fullest. Professional Tobes when he talk about the fight game. Tommy Tide gets professional Tobin when you're talking about the Heat.
Well, what would you like professional Tobin to talk about today? Like Kirk Cousins shaking his primetime reputation?
While you at it, let's get an update.
All right. The update is, I don't know. I didn't bring the standings with me. I think it's J-Fix 4-5.
Yep.
Marcos and I are both 5-4. I think you're 5-4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's 5.
So I think everybody's 5-4.
Yeah, we got to pick a lot more games this week. We got to pick a
Yeah.
lot more games.
A lot of games. I don't think we need to pick a lot of games. I think you get one bonus game.
Yeah.
How many
So
games
you
you
can
want
pick
to pick?
3 games, and then a bonus game if it's a tie.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all gonna pick 4 games, but you gotta pick it as your bonus game.
Yeah, you got to pick it as your bonus game. That's how it's going to go, dude.
So that's 16 games, but there's bye weeks. So how are we gonna do that? College?
Do college. We could do an NBA game.
No. This is football. We've only done this for football.
Insider.
We have only done this for football.
All right, so then I guess it's got to be college. I mean, you're kind of limiting it there, but like,
Yeah, it's we only do it during football season. We don't do this during basketball season.
I think it should be something interesting though. I don't want it to be like just the top 5 teams in the country. Because what if they're all playing bums? You know,
Ooh,
too
All right,
easy.
then what do we?
What about local
Conference
teams?
USA.
Oh,
We just pick a conference.
I know nothing about them.
No, neither do we.
Yeah.
Nobody does.
Nobody does.
A little bit of
They play on like Tuesday in the morning.
That's right.
Oh, it's
Although-
almost time. Robbie, it's almost time. As soon as November hits, Maction.
Maction gets going, dude. Who doesn't love a little Maction? You know, that's how it goes. Let's go out to the Toyota of Hollywood guest line. Shop hundreds of Toyotas indoors in one of America's largest showrooms, the Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. Always love getting some time to talk to Ricky Williams, who on October 27th, this Friday from noon until 1 p.m., he is going to be at Gold Leaf in Sebring, Florida. And he's got his Heisman brand. He can tell us all about it. Ricky, what's going on, man? How are you? Thank you so much for giving us some time on the show. We always appreciate it.
Yeah, I always love coming on. Talking to my South Florida peeps.
When was
the last time you came back to a game?
I haven't been to a game in a few years. It's been probably 5 years since I've been to a game.
You're gonna be in Florida. It's a home game.
Okay, I'll do it.
I would say
negotiation, Leroy.
Well, no, because here's the deal. And the times have changed so much that people understand more what you were going through and appreciate, what you did for the Dolphins. Like, I've never heard a bad word about Ricky Williams. That wasn't always the case, but now I think people have a better understanding of what you were going through. And I'm like, come on back, brother. Let's go see a game. People miss you down here.
I'm afraid that if I go to a game, I want to go suit up again. Especially, I'm telling you, especially a game in that stadium. Is that there's so many memories.
Right.
It wouldn't be a smart idea, but I'm not. But I'm saying that's my fear.
Hey, I thought that too. And then when I got up and walked onto the field and I was limping, I realized that I'm where I belong.
I get that too.
Yeah, I know. Hey, you ever get up and you're like, when did I hurt this? Ow! You just start your arm. Yeah, man. That's life of a running back. People don't understand. You get hit for no reason.
It's real. My shoulders. I'm telling you. Some days I wake up and my whole arm's tingling.
Yo,
it's real.
Yeah. You gotta rotate. You can't sleep on the same side every night. Otherwise, go get you.
Ricky, Dolphins had a big game this past weekend against the Eagles. This tush push, this is cheating. Yeah, like what do you think of this thing? This seems like crap. They get to line up and play Australian rules football. I don't like this play.
I didn't like it when they made that rule change, but it's been like that for a decade now, and so it only sucks when it happens against your team.
That's right.
Yeah. You know what? And when, like, even when I was playing, but then when you were playing, that was illegal.
Yeah.
And they changed it. And I think a lot of people are mad, not because people do it, but that's the only team that really does it well. And how can you take that out if it's only one team that has, you know, so much success doing it? You're almost penalizing them for being good at something.
It was kind of like when we ran the Wildcat, you know, especially that first year, is that other teams tried to do it, but no one could really do it the way we did it. And it was, I mean, that first year before people got film on it, it was impossible for people to stop.
Right.
What is that reaction when you see another team trying to copy your stuff, but they don't do it as good because you guys have had the jump on it?
Well, we had the jump, but also we spent 45 minutes every single day that whole season walking through the Wildcat. So it just taught me that this is the league, right? You only have so much time to prepare, and whoever's preparing the most for a certain area is going to be better at that one thing. Another example was we played the Chargers. This is when LaDainian was at his peak, and this is when Nick Saban. So this was 2006, and we went down to San Diego, and we actually beat them. Right. And I counted the amount of times they ran counter with LaDainian. They ran that same counter play 28 times in one game. 28 times. And the way they ran counter and why he was so good was they ran it so many times and no one could defend it because they had seen every single look. And so it really helps me appreciate repetition. And whoever does something more is going to be better at it.
Rick, I tell people this all the time. I say, we pretty much have an idea of what all the offenses are going to run, all the defenses they're going to be in, and they put little twists on it, right? But it's the same basic stuff from week to week. But just because you know it's coming, the defenders used to yell, coming your way, and you still break up a 30-yard run. It's like, just because you know don't mean you can stop it. And I think people get caught up in so much information that's known, they forget that you still have to stop it on the field. And that's the true art of sport, is that you know what's coming, but I can't beat the guy across from me.
And especially in football, because it's a team thing. And so an example of that, so the counter play, just to break it down, everybody blocks down, a guard and another person pulls. So you get all this wash, and then you get two lead blockers coming into the hole. And even if you know it's coming, everyone on the defense has to do their job exactly right. And the person that's free to make the tackle has to make the tackle. So you got to learn to work together as a team.
Ricky, can you tell us a little bit about your appearance coming up on Friday and what you got going on there in Sebring, Florida?
Yeah, it's an appearance, but it's a little bit more than that. So in the United States, because of the cannabis regulation, some states are medical, some states are recreational, some states are nothing. And so as a cannabis business, if we're going into a new market or to a new state, we have to find a partner in that state. All right. And so obviously most of my story, especially around cannabis, occurred in Florida. And so it's an appearance, but it's really the launching of Heisman in the state of Florida. It's just the beginning, but we're here. And I'm really excited because so my job in the company, and it's the best job in the world, okay, is I get to go to a new market, and I get to visit all of the farmers, all of the cultivators, and I get to test all the samples to see who's growing the best. And then I get to hang out with the people and get a sense of who they really are. Because if I'm bringing my brand, I want to make sure that we're sourcing the best material. And our partners, Gold Leaf and Ideal in Florida, across the country, the best. And so it feels really good to me to be bringing what, in my opinion, what is the best to the state of Florida. And so Friday we're kicking everything off.
That's pretty cool. That's cool because and the regulations are different in every state, and you kind of have to work your way through all those things. But that's good to hear. Maybe you'll be back down here more, visiting.
100%. 100% I'll be.
All right now. All right.
And I can finally visit my way, Right? Yes.
Ricky, the Dolphins got picked for an in-season Hard Knocks. Would you have enjoyed that experience? I know your relationship with the media when you played, was it, definitely went through its evolvement. So how do you think you would have handled, I guess, a show being around your team?
I would have loved it. I would have loved it because to me, Hard Knocks, by definition, it's media, but there's not a person writing that's blocking the media from actually seeing who we are. And I think, what I found in my whole career, what was missed was my work ethic. People got caught up in the cannabis and all, in the wedding dress and the trade and all that other stuff. But what was missed is that I was probably top 2 or 3 every team, hardest worker on the team. And I think if, Hard Knocks was covering us, people would have been like shocked at how much I grind.
I think people don't realize how hard it is to prepare, not for just the season, but just getting hit so much. Your body has to be in such good shape to take that pounding for so long that, it gets lost because all they see you on a Sunday. They don't see you in May and in June and July. They see you in September.
Ricky, that time too for Tyreek Hill right now, it just seems like every game he goes out there, unstoppable. When you're at the peak of your powers and defenses are all scheming to take you out, and you still get them. I what was I guess that time of your career like when everybody's trying to stop Ricky Williams, but they can't stop Ricky Williams.
So to me, we talked about team. That's a team experience. Okay. Because I've been on teams where everyone was trying to stop me and they did. Okay. And it was a team experience in that situation too. So I'd say the top of the list who gets the credit for that situation is the offensive coordinator. Leroy said it best, right? Everyone knows what we're going to do, but you put a little twist on it. And a good coordinator can put enough twist on it that it makes it more difficult for the defense to stop. And then second, obviously goes to the whole offensive unit. Because, if I'm a receiver, and I'm trying to get ready for my game and everyone's talking about the running back, you got to put your ego aside and say there's going to be some times where my biggest plays in the game are going to be a block and not necessarily a catch. And so you got to have buy-in. You got to have buy-in from the team, and you got to have a lot of skill and care at the coordinator position.
Ricky, what do you make of running back by committee nowadays? The Dolphins have a handful of running backs and they're all lightning fast and they all run a certain way. A lot of teams rotate 2-3 guys. I think what gets lost is that you might have a really good running back that's just trying to find his groove during the course of a game, and he never gets that opportunity. And you're like playing Russian roulette with running backs and hope one pops. Is that the way to go, or do you need to let I think running backs need to get 5-10 carries before you can tell if they're seeing things right.
It's tricky, but in my career, I split time with Ronnie for last several years in Miami, and we literally split time. He would do 2 series, I would do 2 series, he would do 2 series, and we had this friendly competition where if we saw somebody was on a roll, we might say, stay in there, let him go, because we understood the big picture about the team. And I think if a team is going to do running back by committee, a couple of things have to be in place. You got to have the right running backs that care about each other and that want each other to be successful. That's one. And 2, you got to have a skillful running back coach that has that sensitivity to feel who's got the hot hand and to have a sense of what does this running back do best, what does this running back do best, and how can I put them both in situations to be successful.
You buy, Ricky, with a game like they just had against the Eagles, where it's like, a measuring stick game against a good team. If you lose that game, as a team, how do you handle, I guess, your feeling of, are we really that good because we've beaten up on some teams with bad records? Or is it okay to just feel like, hey, we could take some good stuff from a loss and still craft a lot? Because there is, I think, 11 games left. Yeah,
so you called it. It's a measuring stick. Okay, right. And if you measure yourself and you're up to the task, right, you still have to keep building on it. But if you measure yourself and you're not, that's where you got more work to do. And to me, I think what fans lose sight of is that football season is long, and the teams that are the best at the end are the ones who got better throughout the season. Is that it's not like you throw a team out there week 1 and you're like, that's my team. No, right? We go through these intense battles and we spend a lot of time watching film to learn from those battles. And so the best football teams, they keep getting better and they learn from their mistakes. You play a good team, your weaknesses get exposed. It's on film now. Now you know what to work on. Because the other thing about the league, it is a copycat league. And if a team sees you struggle against something, the next 3 teams you face.
Man, what did they tell you in camp? If we don't pick up this blitz, we'll see it all year. And that's exactly what happened. Every team will blitz you once or twice in the preseason. If you don't pick it up in the preseason, every team you play for the first 5 weeks until you pick it up is going to blitz you.
Yes. But, right, the sixth team, you're going to know how to pick up that blitz.
Right, exactly. Eventually, if you figure it out, eventually somebody going to pay. But that's the whole part, the process of the football season is that, whoa, we thought we were good at this, and this team just handled us. We got to change it up a little bit.
Exactly.
Ricky, we always appreciate the time. Thanks so much. And go see Ricky. He's coming up on Friday, October 27th from noon until 1 at Gold Leaf in Sebring, Florida. Really, really cool event. He's going to be in Florida more with his Heisman brand, doing a lot of great stuff. And anything else you want to say about Friday, Ricky?
Nah, if people are in the area, please come check it out. It'll be a cool experience. You know, instead of me and football, it's me and weed. It's different. It's cool.
As only Ricky can say it. It's different.
Yes. It's different.
Thanks for the time, Ricky. Take care.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, you guys take care.
All right.
There you go. Ricky Williams.
Hey, y'all, you ain't gonna never win that conversation with me and him. We chop it up all. We chop it up all the time. Yeah.
Football.
Yep. Because I tell people all the time. Huh?
I said it really should be a conversation. You could have it at the event, right? And they're selling weed, and it should be in the weeds with some weed. Because you're in the weed.
I wanted to ask him how long did it take him to build this house? Because it looked like he was living in a log cabin.
Nice.
It looks really nice.
That was
I'm just saying.
Fancy treehouse.
Hey, let me explain something to you.
Hey,
would it be far-fetched for Ricky to try to build his own house?
Nope.
Okay. I know what I'm talking about.
We'll take a quick break. Obviously, the clock's a little messed up. I'll go make sure Glenn doesn't yell at me. But hey, we just had Ricky Williams on, baby. Come on.
Ricky Williams.
Gotta make time for Ricky. Take a break. Back after this. Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tonga Vailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Hour two of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Thanks again to Ricky Williams for stopping by the show. You know, love it. Love having Ricky on.
Yeah.
What is with your getup right now, Frog Boy?
Is anyone else's bones cold? Bones cold.
So the shades help how?
Why are you in if you're actually sick?
Because you know, you gotta show determination.
Uh-huh.
You gotta stick through it sometimes.
And no one was available.
You sound terrible.
I'm ready to go.
Where did you find those glasses?
I don't know. It just kind of grew.
Vision.
Yeah.
Oh man, let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Gonna be a short segment just to let everybody know we gotta get the get back on clock. See, man. But we'll give you some headlines here. Florida Panthers back on the ice tonight against the San Jose Sharks at 7:45. That was the start time.
What is that?
That's weird.
They didn't.
Are they on? Are they on?
I think they're on ESPN
Then that's why.
Plus.
Because they do the. Oh no. They're not on TNT or nothing.
No, NBA season opens tonight on TNT.
Oh, that's right.
NBA season opens up tonight at TNT. The champs, the Denver Nuggets, are hosting the Lakers at 7:30, and then at 10 o'clock, the Warriors are hosting the Suns.
Oh, couple of
That should be a good one.
Yep. Our official NBA predictions, by the way, coming up in the 12
Why
o'clock
do we
hour.
do this?
The official NBA. What do you mean?
Why do we do this?
It's a tradition. We have to.
Oh, you gotta.
You gotta do your predictions for the season.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta pick your conference finalists.
Yep.
And you gotta pick your NBA finalists.
So is this the same thing as
And you gotta
win it's a loss?
No, that's way different, J-Fig. How dare you? No, it's way different. That's a win, that's a loss. You have to sequentially go game by game, like a surgeon. This is more of a big picture, big view prediction on the season. You know, you don't.
Did you do it with the Dolphins?
Yeah.
And where'd you have the Dolphins at this point?
Ooh.
Where did I have the Dolphins by record?
Yeah.
I think I had them at 6-1.
Yeah, not too far. Not too far off.
Yeah, not too far off. I was doing good.
Yep.
I did have them losing this game to the Eagles.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, but you had to beat the Bills.
Yes.
Solid. All right.
I think the whole division, and here's why you need to have a 2-game lead against Buffalo going into that game, is because that game will determine who wins the East.
Right.
Right. I do believe that, and so you're 1 game up on them, or they're 4-3, correct?
The Bills, yes.
And you're 5-2.
Yep.
And so at this point, it doesn't matter if everybody wins out. It's still going to go down to that Buffalo game. So does Buffalo play the Eagles?
I would assume so.
Well, no, because it's weird because we don't play the whole division. Who's the division that the?
Yes,
the division is the AFC West.
That we only play half of them?
Usually you play a division outside of your division. So every team plays every team in the other division.
Yeah,
I think this year it's the AFC East.
Yeah, the East are playing.
Nice.
Right. So they may not play Philadelphia.
They are playing Philadelphia.
They are?
Yes.
Okay.
26th. Is that a Saturday? What day is Thanksgiving?
I think is that Black Friday?
Ah.
Because the Dolphins have the night game. They're playing the Jets that day on Amazon Prime.
Ooh.
Amazon
Prime.
Yeah, that is.
And so wait, they got a slew of games on Thursday. 4 games now. Remember, it used to be 3.
Football
Used to
all
only
day.
be 2. Now I think it's 4.
Black Friday is on the 24th.
Nice.
Okay, so it is a Sunday game.
You know who else used to always play on Black Friday? The Canes, right?
Huh. They did last year.
They use I think they always play on Black Friday.
I'm not sure. You might be right.
But
either way, the Bills do play them in that. And that's actually, they got a couple tough. They got at Philly and then at Kansas City, real Kansas City.
Oh,
the next week.
So they go to who goes to Kansas City next week? No.
Who goes to the next? I think Kansas City is Thursday night this week, don't they?
Ooh,
who does Kansas City have this week? Let me see.
Wow, so they get some extra days to go to Germany?
Called guessing the NFL schedule.
They got Chiefs Broncos next Sunday.
They have Broncos. Okay, so they.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, because Harlan is on the call and we're angry about that.
Oh, so jealous.
Yeah.
So jealous. I love Kevin Harlan.
So good.
I heard him last night because I was listening. I was perusing around, and we have Monday Night Football on our station.
Ooh.
And I heard Harlan. I'm like, oh, sweet Harlan, sweet baby Harlan.
So good, man.
You know,
what's crazy? Some of these guys have voices that don't age, so you hear the same voice for 30 years.
Yep. But Kevin Harlan was. They were. I guess they. I wasn't watching. I was listening. Did they try the tush push and they failed miserably?
Oh no, we had a failed tush push.
They tried. I think the Vikings tried the tush push and Fred Warner just leaped over and they did not tush push.
Yeah, so everyone was saying don't jump over. If you're jumping over, it's stupid.
But see, here I'm gonna tell you the true art of the tush push.
Yeah,
it's not the people pushing. Okay, when you see how low everybody gets on the offensive side of the ball, including the ball carrier and the guy pushing, the jumping over the top just creates space for them to push, right? Whereas some of these teams do it and everybody's standing up straight up in the air and they get pushed back. So the true art of what Philly does is if you look how low everybody gets, like a true scrum in rugby, you see how low everybody is?
Yeah.
That's the whole art of that.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that because I really, I've been hearing a lot of football experts. We just had Ricky Williams asked him about the tush push. He doesn't like it, but that's but
you can't penalize a team if they do it better than anybody else.
Yeah, but I wanted to hear a real football expert's opinion on this outside of Leroy, because I feel like you and I. It's not that I don't respect your football opinion. It's just I feel like you're always trying to get me. Like you're always just trying to disagree. With me. So I need a neutral party.
Oh my!
So when we come back, I heard the quintessential opinion on the tush push, and we'll get to that next.
But here's what you did. Oh, you
things are made of these. Who am I to disagree?
All right, welcome back to Rascals. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Stars and Strings, a great night of country music, is coming back to Hard Rock Live on November 1st. I want to give you a chance to win tickets to go see Hardy, Brian Kelly, Ashley McBride, Cole Swindell, and Haley Witters. Text the word strings to 20357. That's strings to 20357. Tickets available for purchase at starsandstrings.com. Coming up next Wednesday, everybody. We also have our Heat Wave going on today. We are giving away a pair of Heat opening night tickets every single hour of this show. Who was the first one who won the tickets, Marcos?
That was our boy Kenneth from Miami.
Oh, Kenneth. Congratulations to Kenneth. He is going. Now, who was the guy whining during the break? Because I haven't given away the tickets again yet.
I wouldn't say he was whining.
What was he doing? He was calling and he was bellyaching.
It was Adam. I think it was an Adam. He was just saying, hey, have you guys given away the tickets?
Not yet, Adam. I'll do it when I please this hour. Okay,
right.
Dude? We got Damages Done coming up. We're going to do that.
Oh.
And then maybe in the midst of that, I will give away your precious little Heat ticket. Maybe I'll give it away Maybe I'll give it away in the next 2 minutes. I don't know.
Wow.
Because it's any time this hour. I'll do it when I please.
You're a wild card.
Well, as of right now, that red goes well with the starfish.
Ooh. Wow. Starfish. Like that? That was good.
That was like
Really?
some of your musical talents coming out, dude.
Came out of me. I'm an artsman.
Is this guy calling because he thinks he's winning the
Is
ticket?
he? Oh, no. Jesus.
Hey, 560, what's your name?
Well, as of right now, that red goes well with
Leroy.
Leroy. Wow, how did he do
He's
that?
throwing his voice.
Wow, there's you singing.
Hello, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, man? What's your
How
name?
you doing? My name is Max Joseph.
Hey, buddy, what do you want to say?
I want to say I hope I'm the lucky winner for those tickets.
I didn't give away the tickets yet, Max Joseph.
Wow.
Okay, I don't care if you're Max Struess. You gotta wait till I tell you to call, dude.
Jesus.
Get out of here.
My God. Anyway, you mean the Max Struess called? You still deny him?
Oh, he's not getting tickets. Go buy your own tickets. You just made $70 million from the Cavs.
Yeah, go buy your own ticket.
Hit the bricks, Max Struess.
No matter how dreamy
I don't like Max Struess anymore.
Ooh.
Why?
I got bumped.
What?
I got bumped next week.
You got bumped for Max Struess?
No, I got bumped because it's opening night.
Oh,
I gotcha.
That's so the Browns just beat the 49ers.
What?
Or beat Indy in a 39-38 game.
When did that happen?
Sunday.
Gotcha.
After beating the 49ers. And I get bumped for first game of the basketball season.
Wow. Hey, speaking of Cleveland, what did you get any scoop behind Bernie and Tay-Tay?
Right?
Oh, yes. Hold on. I talked to him and he texted me.
Hey, bro.
He said he was there
It sounds.
for the Go Travis Kelce Operation Breakthrough.
What?
So it was like a charity event?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of cool. Huh,
Yeah.
that's kind of cool. All right, and so she just happened to be there.
Well, they were in the suite.
Wow. So he's there doing charity with Travis Kelce.
How
her
did they even
guy.
link up?
I'm telling, dude, I
Bernie's
cannot
popular.
explain. Just like Tobin is amazed that we can go to some random place in the country and somebody will come up to me and say, "What's up?" And then we'll have friends for the whole trip. That's how Bernie is.
Shmee Schmolnick says Bernie is a family friend of the Kelseys, you idiots. Is that in Kelsey documentary, J-Fig?
Wow.
Did you watch
I
that?
did not see. No,
It's a
he
documentary?
didn't come up, I believe.
Oh, interesting.
Damn.
Well, Bernie
It's
knows
just-
football.
Let me tell you, that might be one of the smartest dudes I ever met around football. Another guy who was, like won a Super Bowl, but didn't get a lot of credit for it is Brad Johnson. Very smart. Very smart. He had to help me through a game because I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
You had to ask him what purple meant, and I think he was like, what?
Yeah. He started doing hand gestures and signaling and lucky, which means left for something. And I'm like, Brad, what does purple mean?
I'm sorry. I just see a tweet here from 2021 that says Travis Kelce and childhood hero Bernie Kosar before Jarvis Landry's celebrity softball game.
Wow.
Childhood hero.
Well, they're Ohio guys, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
The Kelce's, because he went to Cincy.
Now look at that.
How about that? He loves Bernie Kosar.
I would have never seen that crossover.
Bernie's going to be having tea with Tay Swift.
It is one of the
Bernie got
most
tickets?
amazing things about that dude. Anywhere. He sends me pictures. Hey, you know this guy? Like, yeah. Oh, you want to hear a funny story? Robert called me one time.
Hmm?
And he said, man, I'm at a golf tournament and I'm playing with a guy and he wants to say hi to you. He's a big fan. I say, all right, put him on the phone. I say, what's his name? He goes, Vern. I'm like, Vern? I'm like, who the hell's Vern? He goes, Mini Me.
Rest in peace, of course. Wow. Is he dead?
And I was like,
No.
I felt so stupid. Like,
Yeah.
but
Listen,
yeah,
just
so I had a long
guys-
conversation with him.
You
It
guys
was
are
cool.
just some football hobnobbers, dude. I appreciate
Those
it.
guys know football.
They know football.
Uh,
You know who else knows football?
who knows football?
Who's that?
Baldy.
Whoa,
Baldy. So I was
Every time we talk about football, you gotta go there.
Gotta go with the
See?
Baldy.
And
Baldy.
wait a minute. He says I mess with him. Like, really?
Well, I was very curious because, I've been very against this tush push. And I'm like, maybe I'm just being a crybaby. Ricky was like, oh, you only like it because
Well, you're only going to pick guys that agree with you, right? Because if Baldy would have said he didn't have a problem with it, there's no way in hell you play this.
Well,
So we know what
I was
Baldy's gonna
surprised.
say.
I would have figured
We
Baldy
already
loves.
know.
No. I would have thought that Baldy loves the tush push because, he's a man's man. He's tough. Brian Baldinger, that's tough.
Oh, he's tough.
That's the broken finger. That's tough.
See this pinky? Tough.
But
Dude, I got a whole handful of those.
that's fair. But I thought that he was going to be all for the tush push. Well, to my surprise, my guy hates it.
Joe, I couldn't believe that it was actually passed this year because I just don't think it's football. Like go earn a yard. Like the idea, and then I didn't know how they were supposed to officiate the play, Joe, because when is the play dead? What stops the momentum of the play? Like it's hard to figure out. And I know they have like these little silly rules. Well, if the quarterback starts turning sideways, we're going to blow it dead. Well, all right, that's a judgment call. Like I think it's a difficult play to judge. I think there's injuries. You saw Fred Warner go over the top last night, right on top of Kirk Cousins. Like I just think it's going to invite injuries that are unnecessary. The Vikings lost their starting center, or the Giants lost their starting center on the play. Like, and I just think it just doesn't look like pro football to me, Joe.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It is a good point. It's a good point. It just
Okay.
doesn't look like football.
Here.
Why can't that just
Here.
be the end of it?
not
The
real
long,
football.
it's not football.
Let me,
It's not
let me
football.
hold on.
He
hold
knows
on,
football. That's not
Baldy
football.
knows football.
Hold on. Okay. The reason why the Vikings didn't get away with the tush push because they didn't do it right. I told you the whole art of that thing is if you watch Philly do it, look how low everybody gets.
It's not art.
And
It's cheating.
it's not.
It's cheating. It's
All
not
right.
football. If Baldy's breakdowns, this guy's breaking it down, and he's telling you it doesn't look like football. It doesn't feel like football. What it looks like is Australia, and I'm tired of it. They're getting away with something. They know they're getting away with something, and that's exactly
Here,
what it's the same thing. You know what
my
it is,
question
Leroy?
is this: until said rules change, it is a legal play.
Fine. But the point is, we need to realize we need to rein some things in. And this Nick Sirianni, you know what he's like? He's like a crypto bro, Like he's out there peacocking and he goes, we'll stop it. Buh. Same thing with that Sam Bankman-Fried. He was like, walking around here willy-nilly, FTX this, FTX that. Where is he now? In handcuffs. Is he in handcuffs? Or is he in bail?
He deserves
The point is, the people who are most braggadocious about their crimes are usually the most willy-nilly with the crime action. This Eagles franchise knows they're getting away with something, and Baldy is calling them out on it.
Is it a legal play?
It's legal, but it's legal because you're skating, you know.
Well, here's the other thing you need. Wait, here's the other thing you need to understand. They changed the rule to allow it.
I don't like it.
So it's not like it used to not be a rule. You could not do that. Right? They changed the rule.
Some bribery.
So the fact that they had a thought on this and said, you know what, we're going to make it legal. You definitely can't say, oh, the NFL needs to revisit this. They already did.
I don't like it.
Okay.
And Baldy doesn't like it.
That who do the Eagles play next week? If we go to next week, whoever they play next week, so Tobin and Leroy in that city going to be saying the same thing.
It's garbage. It's garbage and it's not football. Baldy says so.
They got the Commanders next week. Do they play the Patriots, though? I feel like if anyone's going to figure out this whole cheating thing, it'll be Bill Belichick.
Yeah, you're not going to out-cheat Belichick.
You can't out-cheat that guy.
He's going to be like, excuse me? It's like, what happened in there, Bill? And it's like all of a sudden you have Jason Kelsey's hogtied. It's like, is that a lasso? How did they do that? Anyway, damage is done, my friend. What's next?
WQAM broadcast.
QAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Giving away a pair of Miami Heat tickets every hour. I have yet to give them away this hour. Ergo, I will give them away within the next 17 minutes.
Jesus.
So we have left.
Is that how long it's going to
Blanked out there for a second.
No
can I tell you what can I tell you what a jerk move it was last night? So this guy who was coming to, set up the phone. First of all, very odd that they're going out late at night. But he's like, I'll be there between 7 and 9 p.m. I was like,
to set up your cell phone?
Right.
Wow.
I was like, seems a little odd, but
weird.
Okay. And it gets to like 8:15. Haven't heard from him. And I'm just like, hey, what time you think you're going to be here?
They never show up at 7.
No, they never show up at 7.
Never show up the first time.
Why even say it? Why say a window that you know you're not going to make? You want to know what this guy hit me back with?
What?
8:55.
Oh, all right, sir.
I'm like, -1 for Sass, dude. -1 for Sass.
-1 for Sass.
You know you weren't going to make that. And by the way, he didn't make the window. He got there. He got there at like 9:20. I was like, why didn't you just tell me? I would have been fine. I would have been loving it. But like, all right, at least I understand that, you're running a little behind. I know you just put that within the window so that I couldn't say anything at that moment that you wouldn't be within the window. Nobody comes at somebody at 8:55. And if you do, you certainly don't know it specifically.
Yeah.
The damage was done, my friend. Don't go out there and tell me that you're gonna be there at 8:50. I knew exactly at 8:55. Like, this guy's not gonna be here till at least 9:15.
Okay.
And then he hits me with and I was like, so it gets to 8:57, and just to be a jerk, I'm like, hey, how are we looking on arrival time?
Nope.
He hits me with a be there in 4 minutes.
That's not true.
4 minutes.
This guy likes oddly specific times.
4 minutes. Who says that to anybody?
I gotta like it though. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
200.
I mean, my favorite is the AT&T ones. We'd be there between 1 and 9.
Right.
I'm like,
I can't relate to that anymore.
Oh, you made the switch?
I made the switch.
Have you had any problems since?
No.
Look at that.
You thought about it.
JFIC kind of arrives in a time window.
Yeah. We gamble on it every day.
Yeah. Today was good.
Very cute.
Today was good.
Can we move on from me?
What do you got, Leroy?
All right, Starfish. So my damage is done is not sitting around anything other than these damn officials.
Oh yeah.
Right.
It's true.
Like,
damage is done.
And I'll give you a play specifically designed to be self-explanatory by the rules of football. That is, when a player is rushing the quarterback, he has 1 step or 2 steps. After that second step, if he hits the quarterback, it's a penalty, no matter how he hits him, graze, whatever. Christian Wilkins took 1 step. And there is nothing that can explain why it was called. So you do a little digging, you go around, and I come across an official that says, I think they missed the call there. Too late! Too late!
Done, my friend.
They already went down the field and scored a touchdown. You gonna take it back?
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Thanks. It's like the 2-minute report. I'm out.
Damage.
I don't need to recollect what the official screwed up on. I can see it.
We know.
We know.
JFIC, what do you got for damages done today?
Marcos, what do you have for damages done today?
My damage is done goes to none other than Brendan Tobin.
What?
Brendan Tobin.
What did I do?
This is nothing bad necessarily, but you actually implemented something in my brain, in my mind, that I cannot get out of.
Hmm?
For weeks, we talked about Nikola Jovic and his pursuit of a high school diploma,
Mhm.
and we impersonated Mama Babushka's voice. Do you remember what that sounded like?
Nikolai, don't care that you got high school diploma now. Time to move on to next level of education. College degree, buddy.
So now that impersonation haunts my fiance, and the damage is truly done because I dress my dog up like this, and I do the voice. Oh, Nicola.
Babushka puppy.
I have a babushka pup. I just say that dog looks like he is so non-committal.
So mad.
It looks like that. Hey, Marcos, that dog looks like he wants to look at you and say, "Damage is done."
What are you doing?
or rats off a ship. He goes,
You think this is funny joke, Nikola Krokich? Thanks a lot, frog boy.
that dog is like rats off a ship.
Man, Babushka puppy hates you.
Hates me now. My fiance does because I just walk around the house like, "Are you washing the dishes?"
You can't really wash dishes with just dog tongue.
Damage is done, my friend.
No detergent.
Babushka pup.
Oh man, that was good. That's good. Babushka puppy, that's tough.
That's tough. Remember when my bones were cold?
Yeah.
Is it hot in here?
Oh no! It's the ginger I gave you.
I'm sweating.
What are you going through menopause, dude?
Going through a lot.
Don't get me started.
Whew. Damage is done.
Damage is done, my friend.
J-Fake, what do you have now for damage is done?
So you know the wax museum?
Didn't go, but I'm aware of it. Yes.
Madame Toussaint's?
Yeah. Well, it keeps on messing up.
Oh,
What do they
And
do?
no one is happy. First of all,
Hmm.
Dwayne the Wayne Johnson.
Dwayne the Wayne Johnson?
Who are we talking
I don't know what
about
I'm saying
exactly?
anymore. He has me going crazy.
I apologize.
Whatever. Because I was looking. You want to know why I did that?
Yes.
Because this is one of them.
Oh,
Little Wayne.
That is
Wow.
little.
Wow.
Can you tell me what is this?
It looks like Lil Wayne light.
He's very mad.
They got that Lil Wayne on Wish.
Dude,
The
he looks scary.
You know how I make fun of ice sculptors?
Yeah. Oh no.
The
don't-
wax
Oh,
sculptors? Like
okay.
that's like the bootleg level. You're not even doing weddings.
Jeez.
Are you only working for Toussaint's?
I guess that's the only.
Who
market.
else? I mean, because I tell you, when I'm an artsman now, right?
Oh, okay.
And as an artsman, I can tell you, I know real sculpting, and I saw some beautiful sculptures. Some of them with naked butts while at the Met Gala. And as an artsman, that's real
That left a
sculpting.
really big impression on me because you keep talking about the big butts.
Yeah, I mean,
Nice.
because I'm an artsman, and I'm just saying, as an
What is he
artsman, that's real sculpting. You know, you're not doing real sculpting if you're sculpting out of wax. You know?
Yeah.
It's even harder.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Who's that? Hillary Swank?
I don't even know. Is that
Beverly
supposed to be
Adams?
Angelina or something?
No, is that Megan?
I know Will Smith looked like he got a little bit too much shine on his face. But they got them ears right.
Yeah.
Who's that? Justin Bieber?
Yeah, he's scary.
Justin Bieber looks like he's melting currently.
Yep.
He's outside in Miami Heat.
Oh man, that is damage is done. We'll take a quick break. We're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, Miami 560 WQM. But right now, caller number 5 for Nikola Jovic. Caller 5 to 305-567-0560. Nikola, you get opening night tickets to see my baby boy in NBA first NBA season with muscles and as a high school graduate. So please, caller number 5 right now to 305-567-0560. You win tickets to opening night Heat Pistons, buddy. Big after this. Oh, baby. It's time for some cat talk here on 560 WQAM. Exactly.
Yeah. Like that.
Cats taking on the Sharks tonight, huh? And it's brought to us. Our cat talk here brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a party of play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of your Florida
Panthers.
Your Florida mother bleeping Panthers. And of course, Leroy Horde will be watching with emotion and a heavy heart tonight with Anthony Duclair
on the other team.
On another team. Will you be okay tonight?
Yeah, I think I'll be okay.
That doesn't sound very convincing.
No, because we got new intangible.
Is that an intangible?
Is that how that works?
That's the reverse intangible.
Wow. He's got grit. The fundamentals.
Yeah, fundamentals.
Interesting. Never thought about it like that.
I really didn't.
I didn't think about it like that. But yeah, the Cats will be back on the ice tonight against the San Jose Sharks. 7:45 puck drop from Amerant Bank Arena.
You used to saying that yet?
I've had to get reused to it because I really practiced hard for when we were there for media day.
Oh yeah.
You know, talking to our guy Bob. What a delight that guy is.
What
huh?
a delight.
You know. But the Cats still need to bounce back. They lost their last game, so try and get back in the win column tonight against San Jose. We'll recap that for you tomorrow. But that's it, man. Cat Talk brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a party to play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of your Florida Panthers. Let's get into some headlines. Brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
The NBA season opens up tonight, and that gets going at 7:30. Denver Nuggets hosting the Lakers, and then the Warriors are taking on the Suns at 10 o'clock. And some news out of this: it looks like Bradley Beal will not be making his Suns debut tonight.
What?
He has a back injury. So it looks like Bradley Beal will not go. And did you see this show, Pony?
Oh, this guy.
You know, this guy, he spent all this time out here flirting. Oh, please, somebody want me, but I don't really want to leave Washington. But okay, I'll leave Washington, but I don't want to leave Washington. Boo-hoo, right? So now he comes out, and Shams is reporting, by the way, unlikely to play tonight. Suns are taking a cautious approach with Beal's back ailment to begin a new season. So there you go. May have dodged a bullet. Not that I ever wanted him, because I didn't. But did you hear this guy? So he was doing an interview with Mark Spears, this like player diary on leaving. And this is what he had to say about the pursuit of the Miami Heat, which he said was his initial preferred destination.
My initial favorite was Miami. So we call Miami Pats. I'll go talk to Mickey and figure it out. We hear back, it was Milwaukee, Knicks, Sacramento, Brooklyn a little bit. I respect and love every team, but a lot of them just couldn't do it because the money was just so high. Out of nowhere, I get a call and it's Matt Ishbia in Phoenix. I'm like, y'all about to trade Book? Like, how is that going to happen? How is that going to work? Like, that didn't even cross my mind of going to Phoenix. They just kept pressing and pressing, and I'm like, I nudged my agent. I'm like, okay, what's Miami doing? What they doing? Dragging feet, and eventually it came to a point to where Miami said they just can't do it. It was an eye-opener for sure, and that's why I said I went into everything kind of with an open mind and open slate. And out of nowhere, here comes a dark horse in Phoenix, and their aggressiveness pushed me over the top.
There you go. Bradley Beal letting it be known his initial hope was to be on the Miami Heat. Pat went to talk to Mickey. Apparently they were dragging their feet. Now, reports were yesterday the Heat told several of their local reporters that the big concern they had with Bradley Beal is that if they traded for him, that he wasn't going to waive his no trade clause, that he was going to keep that in the deal, and that they were very queasy, it seems, about him making $60 million a year nearly with a no trade clause. So that was the big thing that was their holdup in not wanting to deal for Bradley Beal. But obviously some Heat fans are annoyed, Leroy, because this is the second guy who's on the record this year who said the place I wanted to be is in Miami. I wanted to be with the Miami Heat. Neither of them are with the Miami Heat.
Well,
I know that. Just want to be clear. I never wanted Bradley Beal, and I especially was never going to give up Tyler Hero for Bradley Beal because this guy was a flirt. Okay, he just wants to be wanted. I don't even know if he's that good a player anymore. But that being said, I get it. You Heat fans, you're tired of running it back. You wanted new things, and now, especially now, you don't have Dame and you don't have Bradley Beal. Because part of the appeal of having Bradley of passing on Bradley Beal was, oh, we're gonna go get Dame, and they didn't get Dame, but they both said that they want to be here, and they're not here. So
okay, first of all, you are the ringleader for I want new shiny things.
That's not true.
Oh my goodness, stop lying.
I've ruled out Bradley.
Stop
Beal.
lying.
If we were gonna get,
That's all you talked about all summer.
All
I
I
want
said
the shiny
was,
new thing.
what I said was I would take Bradley Beal if it meant we got to keep Tyler Hero too. You know, that's
Okay,
absolutely true.
But here's the other thing. You know the Heat better than anybody.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't making no trade if something in it they don't like. That $60 million is a lot not to like.
Mm-hmm.
That you wouldn't be able to dump. So you're gonna pay a guy $60 million a year to live his last days in South Florida and take your $60 million while.
But okay, but I guess my big problem is like if I think the thing that the Heat are trying to spin on, and it's fine. The thing the Heat are trying to put out there is that they had an uneasiness with the no trade clause when it's really just kind of putting a spin on we didn't like the money because it's hard enough to trade $60 million as it is for anybody on a contract that, like, if he's not living up to his contract, you're going to be in a situation where, like, oh, this guy's making $60 million. Not a lot of teams that can go trade for that anyway. You know, go see some of the tough deals that are, but hell, they can't find a deal for Kyle Lowry at $30 million. He doesn't have a no trade clause. So the idea that it's like, oh, it's a no trade clause that gave us the uneasiness. It's like, was it that or was it the money? I get it. Bradley Beal makes a lot of money. He makes a ton of money, probably way too much for a guy who's not that good. He's good. He's good. He's good. No Damian Lillard. He's not that guy. He's not that good.
And is he barely 30?
I think he's 31 or 2 now. Been around a while, man. 30.
Right.
30.
Well, if there's any indication of why you wouldn't want him, Exhibit A. Bradley Beal is out tonight with a bad back.
Bad back, dude. And he's been banged up a lot over the last couple of years.
Sure.
A lot. So, but I look, I get the Heat fan. You're sitting here and you're like, hey, we wanted upgrades.
And when you mean Heat fans, you mean you.
I don't mean me, because I was off the Bradley Beal ship for a while. I was off that ship, dude. Rats off a ship. Because he was a flirt. He did, his behavior was unbecoming because he did this all the time. Where
now we filming A Few Good Men?
No, it's just like he's out there and he was like, oh, please, somebody want me, but I don't want to leave Washington because I want the super duper 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 max, even though he's not that good a player. And listen, credit to him. He foisted them, got his super duper max, and now he's playing with Kevin Durant. So good for him. Well played, to Bradley Beal. But I was rats off the ship on him for a while because it just seemed like he was always cutesy with the liking the Heat photoshops. He's always trying to get us riled up. All right. He was a flirt. And that just, it turned me off on him. It's like, too much, Bradley Beal. Too much.
Sick of this guy.
And now he's coming, so, whoa, Miami was dragging its feet.
I thought that was the end. I thought once he got signed with Phoenix, we no longer would have to hear from this guy.
Yeah. And now he's digging up old stuff. Just go enjoy your team, Bradley Beal.
Right. Go fix your back.
You know?
Sick of this guy. He's no Tyler Hero.
He's not Tyler Hero. And I would never trade Tyler Hero for him.
I got to tell you, you two are something special.
What do you mean?
Because You need a hype man.
I don't need a
Marcos
hype.
is your guy.
I don't need a hype man.
Really?
I don't need a hype man. I do find it like if the Heat are going to come out there and be like, "Oh, well, it was the no trade clause," I would have just been like, "Well, we were going after Dame." Like I think that would have been a better sell to the fans than the no trade clause was bothering us.
I mean, they didn't move very quickly to get Dame either.
They didn't. And then you have Pat Riley talking about the abyss, so I don't know. It's just they had this summer where it felt like they finally got what they've been wanting, or at least what Pat's been wanting, which is stars that want to come here. And you had to basically put themselves up on a platter, be like, do what you got to do. And it doesn't feel like the Heat wanted to go anywhere near doing what they had to do.
Here's what I would say transpired this summer. The Heat, I believe, made an assumption that they were the only team, the only show in town, right? And they acted accordingly. That, hey, you'll come back, right? When you're more reasonable, come back to us. We're the only show, we're only show right now. But they weren't. And what happens is now, because of how you handled the situation and tried to be hardball and all the stuff that was said about, the GM and stuff like that, now the GM has more, angst or more incentive to do it with somebody else. So I don't know if the deal was even better than what the Heat were offering. But the fact of the matter is we really don't know what the Heat were offering because they were playing hardball because they assumed.
It doesn't sound like the Heat offered anything. If they're coming out and they're telling reporters yesterday that they didn't even want to get in the game for Bradley Beal because of his no trade clause. Doesn't sound
no,
like
but I'm talking about even with Dame.
Yeah, no, I think the Dame thing is. I think the Dame thing definitely has way more layers to it than this does, which is fine. He's a better player. It should have had more layers. I just think that the idea that you didn't get in the game for Bradley Beal and you're saying it's because of a no trade clause, it's like,
no, it's because of that 60 damn million for a guy that's always hurt.
And I think for the Heat, like, look, they don't want to be this team that's crushed by the tax or these new bylaws in the CBA with second aprons and whatever the hell keeps Andy Ellisberg up at night having to figure out the mechanisms of tax and, repeater tax and can I use my mid-level for a 45-year-old power forward, like all that stuff that they have to figure out, which I'm not very interested in. But the point is they don't want to be penalized for having a very expensive roster. And you need to know if you're going to trade for Bradley Beal, is that a guarantee that you're going to be in the championship? Now, from the basketball side of things, here's the thing, though. You can say no, but if you're getting Bradley Beal, and especially if you were able to do it without giving up Tyler Hero, which Bradley Beal went for peanuts, so I'm assuming you could have. Bradley Beal, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, that's not doing damage in the league? Are we kidding? So, I
think offensively, Bradley Beal wasn't good enough for you to bring in and not have that defensive aspect of it, right? Whereas Dame was, right? Dame was good enough offensively where if he wasn't the best defender, you can still deal with that because he was so good offensively. And so you make different exceptions to your rules of what you want in a player between Dame Lillard and Beal. Now, I just think you do. I don't think that.
Man, but they were 26 in scoring last year, Leroy. Their offense was slop. Like,
yeah, but still,
if you have Jimmy and you have Bam on a floor, you're going to be fine defensively. You're going to be fine. Like this talk of we didn't know how it was. Like, all right, well, you need somebody to get you some buckets, dude. Like that's.
Agreed.
You got. It was like trying to find points for the Heat last year. It was like trying to find water in the desert sometimes. It was.
Hey, they didn't. They found a lot of in that desert bricks,
especially in the regular season. Now, look, the shooting got better in the playoffs, but I'm gonna. you're going into this, and Pat Riley said this yesterday in his interview with Anthony Chang of like, you're going to need a step up from Bam and Tyler because you're going to be, it's going to be hard for the Heat fan not to have lingering over the entire season of Dame and Beal wanted to be here and we didn't make that happen.
Right.
You can make all this, the logic thing. And I get it. Like, look, the willy-nilly owner like Matt Ishbia who comes in there, or the Russian dude who owned the Nets for a hot minute, or Ballmer, not really working out for them. Like, it usually doesn't work out for the guy who just spends crazy. They eventually start tearing it down. Mickey Harrison and Nick Harrison, they've had a lot more success, but fans don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear about, oh, you don't want to spend X. They want you to win a championship. Are you guys not? There's winning in misery, or are you? There's close to winning, and it's not that miserable.
Well, let me ask you this: is Bradley Beal worth it to where you knew you were going to be a championship caliber team? Because I don't know if that to be true, right? Like, yeah, he would be a good piece, but would he be that difference maker that would get you over the championship hump?
Yeah, it's kind of a mystery because you don't really know with him because he hasn't been in any meaningful basketball in a long time.
Right, and
Dame,
that's something
Dame's
you know
ended
about
playoffs.
Dame.
Dame's ended playoff series.
Right.
Dame's ice cold.
Right. So, I mean, that I think had more to do with it than anything. That you were like, I'm going all in on Dame, whatever that all in means. But if it means that I got to choose at this point between Dame Dollar and Bradley Beal, then I choose Bradley Beal. I choose Dame Dollar.
I just feel like if I was going to explain to people why we didn't get in the game for Bradley Beal, it should have been like, we wanted Damian Lillard and Joe Cronin was a baby. That would just be my answer for everything.
Yeah, all right.
Be like, you're going to try and convince me it was the no trade clause? Come on.
No trade clause making $60 million is a big factor.
Making $60 million basically is a no trade clause. If you suck,
nobody's going to trade. Yeah, but even at the end, people who trade to get that money off their books the following year.
Yeah, really. Well, it seems to be working out. For it doesn't seem to work out all the time. James Harden, he's on expiring. Woo, they're not moving him. Kyle Lowry's on expiring. He hasn't been moved.
At this point, I don't think James Harden is moving himself. I think he's sitting in front of a TV with some chicken wings and just waiting.
Take a quick break. Flip back over to your Miami Dolphins. Mike McDaniel talking about the loss over the weekend and how they're going to bounce back. That's next.
Florida Lexus dealers 15 minutes of game day uncensored.
Let's go!
Sponsored by South Florida Lexus dealers. Experience amazing.
Welcome back, you handsome devils. We got a heat wave today. Woo! Giving away a pair of opening night tickets to Heat and Pistons at the Kaseya Center tomorrow night. Could be given away soon. All right, pay attention.
You never know.
You never know. But it's got to be again this hour because it's every hour.
Every hour.
All the way till 6 p.m. tonight, dude. All right.
Wave.
It is a. Do you not see Marcos right there? He's sweating right now.
Yeah.
Not from an illness.
Nope.
Because of the heat wave, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
Gonna pass out because I'm so happy.
Exactly.
Just love.
I feel like Mike Sherman needs to come in there and then Jaworski, what are you doing? You interrupt my meeting, and that's bullcrap. That's bullcrap.
Wait, there's nothing that says I'm old like yelling at somebody for making you lose your train of thought, right?
I'm so happy the Dolphins are back on Hard Knocks, but I think they should just bring in Mike Sherman just for meetings.
Jaworski, let me see you for a minute real quick. See how you disrupt the meeting? It's bull.
Just give me the whole thing. I want to hear all of it. I want to hear him just be in the midst of the flow, and then Jaworski Lane, former Dolphins fullback, ruining his train of thought.
Okay, fellas, let's get started. We don't have a whole lot of time in here together, so let's. What I want to do is kind of have a quick review of what we anticipate them to play, as well as you can anticipate some of the early calls we'll have in the game. So what we'll do, Jaworski, okay, meeting starts at 8:50. You're in here at 8:50. I don't give a okay. See how you disrupt the meeting? It's bull. Anyways, so the big thing tomorrow, guys, is come out fired up, ready to go. Give it your best effort you possibly can. Have no regrets about how you play this game tomorrow. Okay. Jaworski, let me see you for a minute real quick. You see how you disturb me? When you walk in late, I'm in a train of thought. You come in late, that's bullcrap. You cannot do that. If you want to be a professional, there's a certain way of being a pro, and that's not it. Sir. Do you understand me? Sir. And so either you come in the meeting, you say, Coach, I got an emergency situation. I understand, I can handle that, but I can't handle when you come into a meeting and I'm in the middle of it, and all of a sudden you break my train of thought. That's bull. You heard all these other guys. Everybody else is here. Yes, sir. You're a grown man. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, sir. That's what being a professional is all about.
Did he make the claim that if Jaworski Lane would have told him that there was an emergency, he wouldn't have lost his train of thought? But just the fact that he walked in there, that made him lose his train of thought by doing nothing.
Right. Because he just came late.
If Jaworski Lane was here to tell you, be like, Coach, there was an accident out on, at that point, University, and I saved a lady out of a car. Oh, all right, Jaworski, no problem. Let's just keep it go with the game.
I got to be honest with you. I think as a professional coach, your train of thought need to be a little bit stronger.
I'm with you, dude.
Right? Like you losing your train of thought willy-nilly like that? I don't know.
Well, a man who never loses his train of thought because he has a lot of them, Mike McDaniel. And here are his concerns with Hard Knocks.
As a football coach, there's enough distractions that you have to overcome just in general and the natural, just the world that we live in, and trying to get an entire team moving one direction. So I think that's the immediate resistance. And then also some of the stuff that you don't know until, you're the decision, is kind of made for you, that you're worried about some of the football competitive advantages, leaving the building and being more accessible. I think in our short talks with the league and HBO, we've had that concern suppressed.
Well, that's good. You don't want people stealing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All that razzle dazzle, dude.
Michigan.
Yeah. What's up with you guys?
Watch out for those guys.
What's up with you guys?
Watch out for that.
What's up with you guys?
I just think that's funny, man.
You cheat the game. The only one you're cheating is cheating yourself.
So true.
I want to cheat you right in your throat.
I cannot wait for the first episode of Hard Knocks.
I can't wait either, dude.
It was the Cardinals, and who was the other team in the
I
midseason?
think the Colts last year.
Boring, dude.
Boring, dude.
Absolutely
Who gives
boring.
a rat's ass, right?
No cheetahs.
No cheetahs. No Ramsey.
Hey,
Oh my God.
Ramsey's
Marcos,
coming back.
will
Dude,
you
Ramsey might be
stop?
coming back this week.
Marcos, will you stop?
Okay.
But Leroy, Jalen Ramsey? You not excited for that? Talks a lot of smack. Christian Wilkins, reality TV show. You love that episode. Zach Sealer and Von Ginks gator hunting. Exactly, Jay.
During the season.
So good.
Yep.
I'm more than sure that'll go over well.
People don't have days off on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I don't even
Remember the last time a team had a day off, they all came to Florida and everybody complained.
Okay, but if the Florida team is staying in Florida, you can't get mad. Boxed in.
I'm not boxed in.
You boxed in.
Damn.
You've been
The time has come.
Oh.
305-567-0560. Caller number 11
Oh.
to 305-567-0560. Caller number 11
Who's that in
for
there?
Jaime Jaquez Jr.
Yeah.
Caller number 11 to 305-567-0560 is going to get a hello from Tobin.
Oh. Really nice.
And that hello from Tobin is your prize for today.
Lucky you.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Nobody want no damn. What?
what do you mean? No, that's the prize. Like you get a hello from Tobin. I mean, like what you thought it was? Oh, you guys thought that this was the ticket time. That's what is that what you guys said? I didn't say that though. Yeah, I mean, but you assumed. I mean, I did not say that the winner was going to get a pair of Heat tickets.
No, you never said that.
This out. I can give the tickets away however I want.
Sure, no one's saying
To caller, whomever. So
yep.
Let's but like let's see if the person wants a hello from Tobin. Hey, what's your name? You're on the air.
Hi, Marcel Mejias.
Hey, Marcel, it's Tobin. How are you, man?
How you doing, sir?
You love the Heat?
Oh, definitely.
Who's your favorite player?
My favorite Jimmy, of course. Who else?
Can you give me a Jim VP? Jim VP.
Give you Jim VP.
Jim VP. Marcel?
Jim VP. Yes, sir.
You're going to be chanting that tomorrow at opening night.
Yeah.
Opening night! We're sending it right now, baby! I was going to win the tickets the whole time. There we go. All right, there. There you go, Marcos. You see him there on hold. Hey.
Yep.
I fooled you. You guys thought I really was going to okey doke. I wasn't giving away the tickets. You sucker. You're a sucker.
You got us there.
I told you.
really did.
Of course I was giving away the tickets. You guys think I'm a jerk?
I thought it was for Stars and Strings.
Man. Oh, no, but if you do want to win tickets to Stars and Strings.
What was that?
What?
Tarkins?
Anyway, if you guys want to win tickets to Stars and Strings, which is next Wednesday, November 1st at Hard Rock Live, text the word strings to 20357. That's strings to 20357. Official NBA season picks. Leroy, I'm going to need your Western Conference Finals, your Western Conference champ, Eastern Conference Finals, Eastern Conference champ, your NBA Finals, and your NBA champ. Official NBA picks is next. Oh, baby. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Leroy, what am I to do with Frog Boy? I know he's not feeling good today. He just like up and left and he's gone. I don't know what happened there. Like we had the break ended and there was just, I look up and there's nobody there. Like what where is he?
He's socializing.
Is he hobnobbing right now?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Can you pot up Leroy J Fig PC?
My bad.
What's PC?
That's where Leroy's voice comes from.
Oh, okay.
He's hobnobbing. He's still not back. Where is he?
Spreading the germs.
He's being gross.
I'm touching this board and the germs are coming to me.
Yeah, it's really gross. It's really, really gross.
Well, you better hope it's not the bird flu. And it's just the frog flu.
You know she's immune to it if it is, because she just killed that flu.
Yep.
Be no issues there, dude. All right. So we got one more pair of Heat tickets to give away for everybody. So if you guys are calling in right now, you're kind of wasting your efforts. I appreciate your efforts. Don't get me wrong. But it's not really a need for it right now. And we'll get to that road when we come to it. But Leroy, the time has come.
Mm-hmm.
The official Tobin and Leroy NBA picks for the 23-24 NBA season. Leroy, the floor is yours, of course. I'm a gentleman. So
you haven't. All right. So here's what I have.
Your Western Conference. Hey, Frog Boy, thanks for showing up. Hey, where were you, dude?
I died.
Can you get me some NBA music in the background? Fix it, dude.
Fix
it. Fix it, dude. Oh, my life is on the line. Ooh, toughen up.
So sorry.
You know, if you're on the
tussing on it.
Yeah, if you're on the injury report but you're playing, I expect full performance, Frog Boy.
Oh, that's fair.
That's what they said about Deshaun Watson, and he lasted 3 plays.
Oof.
Yeah, wasn't good.
You got some NBA? You got a little NBA music?
I'm looking for NBA music. Do we not have any
basketball music?
Basketball?
NBC? Nothing.
And J Fig is on the other side taking a shower in the hand gel.
Yeah, she's trying to. I think the damage is done, J Fig. I don't know what to tell you.
Nope.
Oh, I got one.
Nope.
Yes. Ready?
Yes. Yes. All right, Leroy. Now it's basketball. All right, Leroy. The season opens up tonight. Lakers and Nuggets and Suns and Warriors. Give me your Western Conference Finals, Leroy.
My Western Conference Finals is going to be the Lakers and the Suns.
Ooh, a little LeBron v. Durant.
Wow. Yep.
In the Western Conference Finals.
Wow. Yep.
All right. And who do you have advancing from the West, Leroy?
The Lakers.
Wow. All right. There you go. The Lakers advancing. What about the East, Leroy?
The East is a little bit tougher because I have the 4 top teams. And that is Milwaukee, and not in any order. Milwaukee, Boston, the Heat, and who did I miss? I missed one.
Going Cavs, Sixers. Where are you going? You going a Knicks surge? Are you going?
No.
Sneaky Hawks win?
No. If I had to pick a 4th team, I would go with Philly. And Cleveland's going to be good, but I don't have any faith in Cleveland right now because they get close and then they spit the bit. Unlike Philadelphia, who does in the playoffs. So, and then I have the Heat beating the Celtics in the first of those 4 matches, and then
you have them beating the Celtics in the semis,
and then losing to Milwaukee.
What?
Milwaukee and
what?
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
What?
Wow.
What?
What?
How many are they losing to Milwaukee?
No guts.
2.
What do you mean? How many?
I mean, like, how many games do you think it goes?
I don't know.
All right, so you have a Bucks Lakers NBA Finals.
Yes.
LeBron and the unibrow v. Giannis and that coward who couldn't keep up his one team list, Damian Lillard.
Yep.
Who do you have winning the NBA Finals?
The Lakers.
Wow. What? How about that? LeBron James, 40 years old as an NBA champion, according to Leroy Horde.
You got the guy made of glass and Father Time.
And Gabe Vincent.
And Gabe
Vincent.
Stop saying that name.
Still hurts.
Yeah.
And Austin Reeves. All right. Well, listen, your pick is your pick. Your pick is your pick, Leroy. So Leroy has.
Wait. Marcos.
Yep.
Go back to October 24th, 2022, and just replay that.
No, that's not true. You don't know how much it's going to go. You don't know how much it's going to go. I don't like that you guys think you know how my picks are going to go.
Really? Okay, go. Go to who do you got?
I'm just gonna go. Listen, I'm a basketball fan. I'm gonna pick how I think the season is gonna go.
Go.
You don't have some judgment, predetermination on how the picks are gonna go. That's not fair.
How did I call the Heat bums?
I mean, you have them losing to the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals, but you do have them getting to the Eastern Conference Finals yet again.
Bam was right.
Oh my. Oh wait. So you asked me for what my predictions are.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, do I want the Heat to win? Absolutely.
Of course.
But you asked me what my predictions are. I give you my predictions, and if it doesn't include the Heat, I'm a hater.
I mean, it did include.
Then why do we play this stupid game?
No.
Why do we play this stupid game if I can't have my own opinion?
You're right.
And be considered a hater because I don't pick the home team.
You're right. Your picks are your picks.
Answer my question. Anybody?
Your picks are your picks. I will say.
Why am I a hater? Because I don't pick the Heat.
I just want to say, just as an aside, you seem to always make fun of me for doing this bit the same, which you don't know if I'm going to do the bit the same.
Right.
But you always do the bit the same because you always pick LeBron.
Oh.
Wow.
Whoa.
That team isn't really good?
They're good. They're good. But, I mean, like, I kind of feel like you and I do the same bit. But it's okay. You pick who you want to pick. All right, here's what I got. Your play-in teams, okay?
Oh, you're going play-in teams?
Yeah.
You're picking all
seeds. Mavs, Thunder, Grizzlies, Wolves, okay? Top 6 in the West, in reverse order, 6 Clippers, 5 Kings, 4 Lakers, 3 Nuggets, 2 Warriors, 1 seed, the Suns, okay? Play-in teams for the East. Magic, Hawks, Knicks, and Sixers. They're going to have a tough year.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yep.
A play-in team with an MVP?
Yep.
Tobias Harris over me?
6th seed in the East. This is what we call bold prediction. You know who I ain't buying? Your 6th seed, Boston Celtics. Get ready for the fall, everybody.
Yeah, I like that.
5 seed, Pacers. I like that Pacers team. All right. 4 seed. All right. The Cleveland Cavaliers.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
Max Strus really made a difference.
You got to say with Max Strus that he did make a difference.
Yep.
And that's what you're really hoping for Strus loose, is that he makes a difference. 3 seed, Brooklyn Nets.
Oh,
they're gonna make a trade. I feel it.
Yeah,
some kind of trade is happening with the Brooklyn Nets. I don't know what it is.
Okay,
they're gonna make a
so
surge.
you're not sure of the trade, but you got him at 3rd.
Something's happening there, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Something's happening. Number 2, Milwaukee Bucks. Gotta respect. They made a deal.
Meh.
They made a deal.
Meh.
They made a deal. My number 1 seed.
Yes.
Miami Heat.
Oh,
the Miami Heat.
What a shock.
Where are you going? Why is he leaving?
Leroy.
Number 1 seed, Miami Heat. They go from play-in to the top. We alternate when we decide when we want to be the top seed. We'll be the top seed, and this is going to be a top seed season. I could smell it. I could smell it.
Nice.
Also, I totally didn't have the Nets. I just wrote the Celtics twice by accident.
Oh, okay. So you
don't tell Leroy though.
Okay.
I forgot to replace them.
Be cool.
But anyway, it doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, my Western Conference Finals. Suns. So I agree with Leroy.
Oh.
But I give respect to the champs versus the Nuggets.
Wow.
But not enough respect to pick them, as I pick the Phoenix Suns to advance to the NBA Finals. Suns in 7.
Damn.
Eastern Conference Finals, I have the Milwaukee Bucks against the Miami Heat. So Leroy Horn and I, we agree on the Eastern Conference Finals matchup. So while you poo-pooed and said, oh, we know, you agree with me. The only thing is, I got the Heat in 5.
Heat in 5.
Because when the Heat beat the Bucks, they beat them in 5.
Yep.
All right. Monocles and top hats in hand to get to the NBA Finals. Heat, Suns, and my prediction in 6 games, the Miami Heat defeat the Phoenix Suns, and that crybaby Bradley Beal, and along the way, that coward Damian Lillard, who didn't want to be here, to win the NBA championship and take home their 4th Larry O'Brien trophy.
Look at that.
Bet you didn't know I was going to pick it in 6 games, did you, Leroy?
6 games.
What a curveball.
It's going to be a good series. It's going to be a good series.
That's
Long
mature.
series. That's a long series. I am mature. You know, I think that's one of the things.
You've changed.
I'm an artsman. I'm an artsman. I love theater. And as a mature artsman, you don't know how Tobin is going to pick things. But I the series is going to go 6 in the NBA Finals. It's going to be a doozy.
Wow. You've grown.
Thanks, man.
Proud of you.
Leroy?
Why do I do this? Why do I do this to myself? This is like...
You sound defeated. You look defeated.
Because I could just record next year. Save this. We'll play it next year, October 24th, 2024.
Oh, okay, dude. Same thing for you. You pick LeBron every year.
Oh.
You and I, we're more alike than you think.
Samesies.
That was our official Tobin and Leroy NBA season predictions.
And once a year, I want to chop your throat. Once. Well, it usually has sitting around these different sport, but same thing. This.
He was pretty close last year, though.
I was very close. I've been pretty close a lot of years in a row. The only year I was really off was when they got swept by the Bucks. But I've been pretty close the other years.
Does that year even count?
No, it was a back-to-back. You barely had he didn't even get to rest.
So tired.
Anyway, that's our predictions. Back after this. Hello. We're back.
Oh, okay.
Tobin and Leroy here with you. Thanks for doing giving us your picks so quickly, Leroy. I appreciate that. You know, he did leave. You did leave. Once I made them the 1 seed, you left, and you just couldn't help yourself. You had to come back and see the ending of the movie, even though the director already made you mad.
By the way, J-Fig, hilarious.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Nice.
What was hilarious?
What was hilarious?
I recommended Leroy to watch No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh.
It came out on Netflix yesterday.
Is it good?
It's hilarious.
I was crying about
tonight.
it.
I'll check that out.
Oh my goodness.
I can go for some
Like,
silly.
first
tonight.
of all,
Don't spoil it.
Don't spoil it.
You and
Don't
I.
spoil it.
Do it.
Don't. Get some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Didn't mention this today in the show, but Javon Holland in concussion protocol.
I had no clue. That's from his contact with who was it? David Long?
It's just probably the referees. I'm pretty sure I saw a referee, take a newspaper to the back of his head.
Wow.
But like he is, this is Mike McDaniel on Javon Holland being in concussion protocol.
Okay, so Javon, so he was cleared in the game, which is why he went back by the UNC into the game, and then the standard procedure for that is the following day you have a follow-up, and in that he did report symptoms, so he will be in the concussion protocol, which is something that we'll work through and just worry about him getting healthy.
All right. Well, we wish a speedy recovery to the snowman.
Yep.
Hopefully everything works out okay. Meanwhile, Miami Heat, they are getting ready for their opener tomorrow. We have one more pair of tickets to give away before the end of the show today. Some notes from Ira Winderman, Haywood Highsmith, Josh Richardson, the only players not to practice for the Heat. Ira says Jaime Jaquez, this is via his Twitter, Ira Heatbeat. Jaime Jaquez Jr. says still limitations with groin, but leaving the possibility for playing tomorrow. And Caleb Martin is still experiencing knee pain, but will be available Wednesday. Expects a minutes limit. So the Heat are going into this quite banged up in their first game. And I would say we got a couple things. Would say that opens up some time for and game train, I would think, especially if there's no Haywood Highsmith. So
yep,
there you go. And then I would have mentioned if Josh Richardson did not practice today, hard to believe that he is going to start tomorrow, which would mean Kyle Lowry, low dog,
Lowry
got his wish, and he's going to be the Heat starting point guard.
Look at that.
He said it all along. He expected it. He knows what he's talking about.
Maybe he's sabotaging the other players.
Really? Well, he did wear the Eagles gear yesterday.
Look at that.
People were not a fan of that. Udonis Haslem, by the way, he isn't retired because he's just hanging out at practice, working out with everybody.
Huh.
You know what that is? He's bored.
I think that happens like when I graduated. You always have that, like, I just want to go check on my teachers. I just want to, okay, dude.
UD won't leave.
Yeah, just get out of here.
And then, like, Spo's like, well, what do you want him to, what does he want to do? And he goes, kind of just wants to do everything. He's just, he's got his hands in the front office. He was hanging around. It seems like he walked into the weekly production meeting. You're gonna see him walk in. Jax is gonna be like, they're storyboarding the pregame, and there's Udonis Haslem be like, you know what I think we should do? What about a feature on Drew Smith? It's like, Udonis, what are you doing, man? Aren't you retired?
That's just it. He's like, I want to do everything basketball except play.
I don't want to do the basketball per se.
You're right.
I think Udonis Haslem is like me. He's an ideas man. Just really want to go from department to department, just give him my influence.
How are these ideas working with us?
Oh man, here's Erik Spoelstra. Jimmy Butler did not play in the preseason, but he says Jimmy Butler doesn't need a preseason.
He's been putting in a lot of work. I think that's probably the biggest misconception. He's been at all the practices and all the live Hunger Games stuff. I feel very good about that. That's very low on my level of thought. He knows how to prepare for a season. It's not his first rodeo.
Hey, what do you think of an organization that has nicknamed their practices Hunger Games?
Goosies.
that don't no.
That's tough.
That's tough.
You call your practice Hunger Games. That's tough.
Goosies.
Hey, I remember when Bill Belichick first came in, we were in pads on Friday. Friday.
There was some news from Barry Jackson. Per person directly involved, Bam Adebayo, as expected, bypassed signing a 2-year, $97 million extension with the Heat by the 11:59 deadline last night because he could become eligible for a Supermax extension, 4 years, $245 million next summer. Bam's about to be rich.
60 mil a year.
Woo! He's gonna have a nice dominoes table.
Hey, it don't matter. All that money still gonna bring an L.
Oh man! All right, we'll take a quick break. But before we do that, Leroy, let's get a weather update from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm. YourAccidentAttorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them up at 866-954-MORE.
Well, yesterday I bragged about how beautiful it was. Today, not as nice. Those winds have picked up significantly. We are in partly cloudy skies. Winds are whipping around at 15 plus miles an hour. And I'm guessing it's about 82, 83 degrees. Winds are coming out of the east, southeast at about 15 plus miles an hour. And it's about right around 80, 82 degrees.
Should we expect a cold front soon?
I don't know. Not with the winds coming the direction that they're coming from. Usually when you get that cold front, the winds that come out of the north. So
trade winds. What is that? Sorry, weather's not my thing. I'm an artsman.
So if you start getting a northerly breeze, you'll feel that cooler air, and then maybe a front coming through. But this is just right out of the east, and it's moving. It's pretty windy.
Take a quick break. Got one more pair of tickets to give away before the end of the show today. Wouldn't want to tune away if I was a Heat fan.
Wow.
Back after this.
WQAM.
Taking you up until 2 o'clock here on the program. Heat start their season tomorrow. Panthers back in action tonight. You can hear that here on WQAM. Miami Hurricanes, they're getting ready for Virginia. Virginia, that's not tough.
That's not tough.
Okay.
That's not tough.
They just beat North Carolina.
What are they doing? Picking apples? That's not tough.
They just beat North Carolina.
Well, that's on North Carolina. That's on North Carolina, dude. Whatever.
Okay.
We just beat Clemson. That's tough.
That's tough. Tiger, that's tough. Cavalier, that's not tough.
Regulation, that's not tough.
That's not tough. Winning in double overtime unnecessarily because you could probably win that game in regulation. That's tough.
Clock management, that's not tough.
Knowing what time it is, that's not tough. Carrying a watch, not tough. Guessing what time it is via the sun, that's tough. That's tough.
Someone looked at the sun and was like, it's like 3:33.
That's how they used to do it, dude. Wow. Used to follow the stars like Galileo. Astronomy, that's not tough.
Really?
Astronomy on a ship, that's tough.
You know who's in astronomy?
Galileo?
You know who's into the stars and all that stuff?
Ricky.
Robert.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had a giant. At one time when he moved from down here, he goes, "Hey, Leroy, I need you to hold something for me because I can't ship it."
Mm-hmm.
Sure. It was a telescope the length of that table. And it was expensive.
That's tough.
And you could see some stuff. You hook it up through your computer and point it at the stars, and it'll tell you what you're looking at, and you can see like clear pictures. Yeah. Some strong stuff there. I don't see it, but I'm a simpleton.
Bam out of the Bayou.
Ooh.
He says that Bam needs to be an all-star on defense to get that max. I'm pretty sure you mean offense, dude. I'm just guessing. Dude is still mid with offense. Well, he's going to get that super max. I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like, if you're seeing some of the contracts that are thrown around in this league, if you don't think Bam Adebayo is getting a super max, you're high as a kite. He is.
All right, calm down, Yogi.
I'm just letting you know. My as a kite, Yogi. Hey, boo-boo.
He's worth it, though, man.
I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you guys don't think he's going to get that, I mean, obviously, outside of something catastrophic, I would say, yeah, he's going to get that money.
Hey, Day South, calm down, buddy.
Wow, what happened?
Like, whatever you think of Bam, like, how much did Jaylen Brown get this
300?
God. He got 300 million?
Yeah,
he got 300 million. The guy can't even dribble
left.
He can't go left and he can't dribble. So
practicing his left-hand dribble.
There's very few players, I would say. Like, look, if you want to have the discussion, are NBA players overpaid? Yeah, probably.
Yep.
But like, that's the league now, man.
But here's the deal. This is in every profession, including ours. You make what your owners make.
Mm-hmm.
So if your owner makes more, you make more. NBA television deals and
50-50.
all those things went up. So the contracts went up. That's just the nature of it. Conversely, we work in radio. And well, you know that story.
But it's like, yeah, the money's going to get crazy. You'll look at it and be like, I can't believe such and such makes that money. Like, I think, people do that probably with like Desmond Bain.
What about Bradley Beal was the highest paid player in the NBA?
Mike Conley.
Right.
Mike Conley.
Mike Conley plays.
I remember that.
Mike Conley got the highest contract. Yeah, and that was when that's when he made 30. Now they're going to make, Giannis is signing 60 mil a year. Like, it's good. The money is crazy in the NBA.
Here's what's crazy. That's not the crazy part. The crazy part is they turning down 100 to 200 million.
Yeah, Bam just turned down a $50 million a year extension.
Right.
She's like, nah, thanks. I'll see you next summer.
I mean, because he already just got what, 170?
Yeah, they got 163.
163. So, okay, I'm good. I can wait.
Yeah, I'll be all right. Meanwhile, Cole Swider's eating ramen noodles. Gonna break the 3-point record this year. Jeez.
He ain't break. Like, I don't know why people just assume like that record that what you call it has with the Heat. Why did I do
Dunks.
that? Dunks. That Doug Robinson has. That record stood around for a minute. It's gonna be around for a minute. There ain't nobody else coming out the gate shooting like he did.
It'd be pretty crazy if he did, though. He's on a.
First of all, he ain't gonna get the playing time that Dunks got because they don't need him like that.
Dunks didn't get that playing time his first year. Dunks was going between back and forth when he was on a 2-way. He was going Sioux Falls, then coming up. And when he was coming up, he was struggling. And then it was the second year that he blew up.
Right.
And was amazing. But yeah, man, money's crazy in the NBA. It is. Oh man, they got the Clemson game on right now. Dabo Swinney, that's not tough. That's not tough. That's not tough.
Dabo gonna be the first one in the transfer portal this year. While Lion is saying he doesn't believe in it.
Dabo to Michigan.
Who?
Dabo. Didn't you tell us yesterday Jim Harbaugh was going to
Did not say that.
Oh,
I said don't.
Oh, you implied that it's a possibility.
I didn't even imply. I just said
breaking news.
It ain't from no sources. It's just a feeling that I have.
Gut feeling.
Gut
of
feeling
Leroy
that
Horde.
this sounds like a Pete Carroll situation. Without knowing the severity of any of the crimes.
They seem to be like, I don't know what's going on with Michigan because I don't really care. Cheating in college sports these days, I'm just like, this used to be stuff that would like take over sports radio for weeks. And now I'm just like, oh, he stole signs or he had a cheeseburger with a recruit, whatever.
I'm like, he stole signs from Indiana or Michigan State? Like
Stealing signs from Indiana is pretty low.
You should feel honored. Right? You should feel honored that you got your sign stolen.
Look, cheats cheat. And so you can't help who you cheat from. Like, that's like the famous damage is done video. That was when the Patriots were supposedly cheating off the 2-14 Bengals. You can't help. Cheaters can't help themselves. You're going to cheat. You can't help it.
Or maybe that's just when he got caught.
I can't believe he got caught by the Bengals.
And that guy was calm, too.
What are you doing over there? I can delete it, sir. No, you can't. No. Damage is done, my friend.
Damage is done, my friend.
That guy's a hero. The NFL couldn't bring down Bill Belichick. That guy did.
I wonder what he's up to. I wonder, like, if he
hopefully, I don't know. Maybe he's like in charge of Homeland Security or something like that.
He's living in a castle somewhere.
You thought you were going to use that pipe bomb? I don't think so. Damage is done, my friend.
Hey, can I interest you guys? I'm excited for here. 2 movies coming out. Tell me what piques your interest the most. Marvels.
Yeah.
And then even before that, Hunger Games.
There's another Hunger Games coming out?
Yeah.
Is it about heat practice?
Oh,
it should be.
Hard knocks for heat practice.
If it was, then I would be into that. Yeah. I would be into that.
Well, if the crybaby's not in it, we're having it. I mean, I watched Jennifer Lawrence cry for 4 movies.
Oh,
she
cried a lot in this new movie.
Oh no, she ain't cry.
She put herself up as tribute.
She did beat up 3 people naked though.
Say that one more time.
Spoiler alert, dude.
What did he say?
Huh?
No, don't say it again.
No, fine. Damage is done though. It is.
But I listen. I'm gonna say it like this. It was a body double. No way that was her.
Oh.
I can't even tell you yes or no because
we're trying not to spoil.
that, and also the room that I was watching it in had too much of a glare.
Oh, says the answer is no. Did not use a body double.
She's a real thespian.
Oh, look at that.
As
an artsman, I'm sure you can respect that.
I do respect it as an artsman.
I think you will respect this one. Actually.
I think I will respect this
Dude,
one.
That movie. Wait, no lie. You're gonna have to hit pause within the first 15 minutes of the movie because you're gonna be laughing so hard.
That's what I did, Leroy. After that scene, I had to stop because I couldn't stop crying.
All right, coming up next, Ricky Williams stopped by the show early on today. If you guys missed him, he was fantastic. Him and Leroy, they get in the weeds. in football.
Hey!
Hey, in the weeds, dude. You guys are football talk. It's very in depth. We talk to the great Ricky Williams next.
Time
guest line. Shop hundreds of Toyotas indoors in one of America's largest showrooms, the Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. Always love getting some time to talk to Ricky Williams, who on October 27th, this Friday from noon until 1 p.m., he is going to be at Gold Leaf in Sebring, Florida. And he's got his Heisman brand. He can tell us all about it. Ricky, what's going on, man? How are you? Thank you so much for giving us some time on the show. We always appreciate it.
Yeah, I always love coming on, talking to my South Florida peeps.
When was the last time you came back to a game?
I haven't been to a game in a few years. It's been probably 5 years since I've been to a game.
You're going to be in Florida. It's a home game.
Okay, I'll do it.
I would say I would
There's
say
a tough negotiation, Leroy.
Well, no, because here's the deal. And the times have changed so much that people understand more what you were going through and appreciate, what you did for the Dolphins. Like, I've never heard a bad word about Ricky Williams. That wasn't always the case, but now I think people have a better understanding of what you were going through. And I'm like, come on back, brother. Let's go see a game. The people miss you down here.
I'm afraid that if I go to a game, I want to go suit up again. Especially, I'm telling you, especially a game in that stadium. Is that there's so many memories.
Right.
It wouldn't be a smart idea, but I'm saying that's my fear.
Hey, I thought that too. And then when I got up and walked onto the field and I was limping, I realized that I'm where I belong.
I get that too.
Yeah, I know. Hey, you ever get up and you're like, when did I hurt this? Ow! You just start your arm. Yeah, man. That's life of a running back. People don't understand. You get hit for no reason.
It's real. My shoulders. I'm telling you. Some days I wake up and my whole arm's tingling.
Yo,
it's real.
Yeah. You gotta rotate. You can't sleep on the same side every night. Otherwise, go get you.
Ricky, Dolphins had a big game this past weekend against the Eagles. This tush push. This is cheating, yeah. Like, what do you think of this thing? This seems like crap. They get to line up and play Australian rules football. I don't like this play.
I didn't like it when they made that rule change, but it's been like that for a decade now, and so it only sucks when it happens against your team.
That's right.
Yeah, you know what? And when even when I was playing, but then when you were playing, that was illegal.
Yeah,
and they changed it, and I think a lot of people are mad. Not because people do it, but that's the only team that really does it well. And how can you take that out if it's only one team that has, so much success doing it? You're almost penalizing them for being good at something.
It was kind of like when we ran the Wildcat, especially that first year, is that other teams tried to do it, but no one could really do it the way we did it. And it was, that first year before people got film on it, it was impossible for people to stop.
Right.
What is that reaction when you see another team trying to copy your stuff, but they don't do it as good because you guys have had the jump on it?
Well, we had the jump, but also we spent 45 minutes every single day that whole season walking through the Wildcat. So it just taught me that this is the league, right? You only have so much time to prepare, and whoever's preparing the most for a certain area is going to be better at that one thing. Another example was we played the Chargers. And this is when LaDainian was at his peak, and this is when Nick Saban. So this was 2006, and we went down to San Diego and we actually beat them, right? And I counted the amount of times they ran counter with LaDainian. They ran that same counter play 28 times in one game, 28 times. And the way they ran counter and why he was so good was they ran it so many times and no one could defend it because they had seen every single look. And so it really helps me appreciate repetition. And whoever does something more is going to be better at it.
Rick, I tell people this all the time. I say, we pretty much have an idea of what all the offenses are going to run, all the defenses they're going to be in, and they put little twists on it, right? But it's the same basic stuff from week to week. But just because it's coming, the defenders used to yell, coming your way, and you still break up a 30-yard run. It's like, just because don't mean you can stop it. And I think people get caught up in so much information that's known they forget that you still have to stop it on the field. And that's the true art of sport, is that you know what's coming, but I can't beat the guy across from me.
And especially in football, because it's a team thing. And so an example of the counterplay, just to break it down, everybody blocks down, a guard and another person pulls. So you get all this wash, and then you get two lead blockers coming into the hole. And even if you know it's coming, everyone on the defense has to do their job exactly right. And the person that's free to make the tackle has to make the tackle. So you got to learn to work together as a team.
Ricky, can you tell us a little bit about your appearance coming up on Friday and what you got going on there in Sebring, Florida?
Yeah, it's an appearance, but it's a little bit more than that. So in the United States, because of the cannabis regulation, some states are medical, some states are recreational, some states are nothing. And so as a cannabis business, if we're going into a new market or to a new state, we have to find a partner in that state. All right. And so obviously most of my story, especially around cannabis, occurred in Florida. And so it's an appearance, but it's really the launching of Heisman in the state of Florida. It's just the beginning, but we're here. And I'm really excited because so my job in the company, and it's the best job in the world, okay, is I get to go to a new market, and I get to visit all of the farmers, all of the cultivators, and I get to test all the samples to see who's growing the best. And then I get to hang out with the people and get a sense of who they really are. Because if I'm bringing my brand, I want to make sure that we're sourcing the best material. And our partners, Gold Leaf and Ideal in Florida, across the country, the best. And so it feels really good to me to be bringing what, in my opinion, what is the best to the state of Florida. And so Friday we're kicking everything off.
That's pretty cool. That's cool because and the regulations are different in every state, and you kind of have to work your way through all those things. But that's good to hear. Maybe you'll be back down here more, visiting.
100%. 100% I'll be.
All right now. All right.
And I can finally visit my way, Right? Yes.
Ricky, the Dolphins got picked for an in-season Hard Knocks. What do you would you have enjoyed that experience? I know your relationship with the media when you played definitely went through its evolvement. So how do you think you would have handled, I guess, a show being around your team?
I would have loved it. I would have loved it because to me, Hard Knocks, by definition, it's media, but there's not a person writing that's blocking the media from actually seeing who we are. And I think, what I found in my whole career, what was missed was my work ethic. People got caught up in the cannabis and all, in the wedding dress and the trade and all that other stuff. But what was missed is that I was probably top 2 or 3 every team, hardest worker on the team. And I think if, Hard Knocks was covering us, people would have been like shocked at how much I grind.
I think people don't realize how hard it is to prepare, not for just the season, but just getting hit so much. Your body has to be in such good shape to take that pounding for so long that, it gets lost because all they see you on a Sunday. They don't see you in May and in June and July. They see you in September.
Ricky, that time too for Tyreek Hill right now, it just seems like every game he goes out there, unstoppable. When you're at the peak of your powers and defenses are all scheming to take you out, and you still get them. What was I guess that time of your career like when everybody's trying to stop Ricky Williams, but they can't stop Ricky Williams?
So to me, we talked about team. That's a team experience. Okay. Because I've been on teams where everyone was trying to stop me and they did. Okay. And it was a team experience in that situation too. So I'd say the top of the list who gets the credit for that situation is the offensive coordinator. Leroy said it best, right? Everyone knows what we're going to do, but you put a little twist on it. And a good coordinator can put enough twist on it that it makes it more difficult for the defense to stop. And then second, obviously goes to the whole offensive unit because, if I'm a receiver, and I'm trying to get ready for my game and everyone's talking about the running back, you got to put your ego aside and say there's going to be some times where my biggest plays in the game are going to be a block and not necessarily a catch. And so you got to have buy-in. You got to have buy-in from the team, and you got to have a lot of skill and care at the coordinator position.
Ricky, what do you make of like running back by committee nowadays? Like, you know, the Dolphins have a handful of running backs and they're all lightning fast and they all run a certain way. A lot of teams rotate 2-3 guys. I think what gets lost is that you might have a really good running back that's just trying to find his groove during the course of a game, and he never gets that opportunity. And you're like playing Russian roulette with running backs and hope one pops. Is that the way to go? Or do you need to let I think running backs need to get 5-10 carries before you can tell if they're seeing things right.
It's tricky, you know, but in my career, I split time with Ronnie for last several years in Miami, and we literally split time. He would do 2 series, I would do 2 series, he would do 2 series, and we had this friendly competition where if we saw somebody was on a roll, you know, we might say, stay in there, let him go, because we understood the big picture about the team. And I think if a team is going to do running back by committee, a couple of things have to be in place. You got to have the right running backs that care about each other and that want each other to be successful. That's one. And 2, you got to have a skillful running back coach that has that sensitivity to feel who's got the hot hand and to have a sense of what does this running back do best, what does this running back do best, and how can I put them both in situations to be successful.
You buy, Ricky, with a game like they just had against the Eagles, where it's like, you know, a measuring stick game against a good team. If you lose that game, what as a team, how do you handle, I guess, your feeling of, are we really that good because we've beaten up on some teams with bad records? Or is it okay to just feel like, hey, we could take some good stuff from a loss and still craft a lot? Because there is, I think, 11 games left. Yeah,
so you called it. It's a measuring stick. Okay, right. And if you measure yourself and you're up to the task, right, you still have to keep building on it. But if you measure yourself and you're not, that's where you got more work to do. And to me, I think what fans lose sight of is that football season is long, and the teams that are the best at the end are the ones who got better throughout the season. You know, is that it's not like you throw a team out there week 1 and you're like, that's my team. No, right? We go through these intense battles and we spend a lot of time watching film to learn from those battles. And so the best football teams, they keep getting better and they learn from their mistakes. You play a good team, your weaknesses get exposed. It's on film now. Now you know what to work on. Because the other thing about the league, it is a copycat league. And if a team sees you struggle against something, the next 3 teams you face.
Man, what did they tell you in camp? If we don't pick up this blitz, we'll see it all year. And that's exactly what happened. Every team will blitz you once or twice in the preseason. If you don't pick it up in the preseason, every team you play for the first 5 weeks until you pick it up is going to blitz you.
Yes. But, right, the sixth team, you're going to know how to pick up that blitz.
Right, exactly. Eventually, if you figure it out, eventually somebody going to pay. But that's the whole part, the process of the football season is that, whoa, we thought we were good at this, and this team just handled us. We got to change it up a little bit.
Exactly.
Ricky, we always appreciate the time. Thanks so much. And go see Ricky. He's coming up on Friday, October 27th from noon until 1 at Gold Leaf in Sebring, Florida. Really, really cool event. He's going to be in Florida more with his Heisman brand, doing a lot of great stuff. And anything else you want to say about Friday, Ricky?
Nah, if people are in the area, please come check it out. It'll be a cool experience. You know, instead of me and football, it's me and weed. It's different. It's cool.
As only Ricky can say it. It's different.
Yes. It's different.
Thanks for the time, Ricky. Take care.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, you guys take care.
All right.
There you go. Ricky Williams.
Hey, y'all, you ain't gonna never win that conversation with me and him. Just we chop it up all. We chop it up all the time. Yeah.
Football.
Yep. Because I tell people all the time. Huh?
I said it really should be a conversation. You could have it at the event, right? And they're selling weed. It should be in the weeds with some weed. Because you're in the weed.
I wanted to ask him how long did it take him to build this house? because it looked like he was living in a log cabin. Didn't it?
It looks really nice.
That was
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Fancy treehouse.
Hey, let me explain something to you.
That
Hey, would it be far-fetched
vibes.
for Ricky to try to build his own house?
Nope.
Okay. I know what I'm talking about.